Man, we had a pretty big week. Um, a lot of stuff came out this weekend due to the D23 Expo 2024. Lots of stuff from Disney, from Marvel, from Star Wars, some Pixar stuff. Um,
Yay. Am I happy?
yeah, this is something that I think we should. Before we get into that, I do want to make a little bit of a uh, comment. Something. So everybody knows we have Operation Bagel that comes on our channel a lot. Practically a third member, family of the show. He had something really serious that happened to him, and we're not going to give too much details about it. But I would just want to say, like, if anybody watching, just please give your thoughts and prayers for him. That's all I will say.
Yeah, it sucks that happened.
Yeah. And we're hope you're well, Operation. But yeah, this is another Reviews Court podcast. We are Unity Reviews and Analysis and Red Devilosa Reviews. What's up, Unity?
Hi, not too bad. Just a lot of editing at the moment and
Yeah,
scripting.
this the month's almost over. It's almost time to go back to school.
Yeah, time flies. Thank fuck this time. I don't want to stay in the holidays. It's not fun.
There's pros and cons, but one of the cons is definitely it does drag on a bit. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So we got a few things. Now it says in the title that my friend Shaq from the Trikage, he'll be here. He said he won't be here until around 6:15, so we got some time. But in the meantime, we'll react to some stuff. So, let's see. Why don't we? Okay, so I'll give you some options, and then you pick which one you would want to talk about first. Moana 2, Skeleton Crew, Agatha, Percy Jackson, Snow White, or Wizards.
You know what? Let's do Snow White because everyone's mocking that.
Yeah. So this is the live action trailer for Disney Snow White. It's going to star Rachel Ziegler as Snow White and Gal Gadot as the evil queen. So let's see what the fuss is about.
That's a casting choice. You know, I thought Snow White is supposed to be hotter than a queen.
The only thing I can really say is that, beauty is from within, I guess, which is, I don't know about that.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, the mirror is so stupid. If this evil queen is supposed to be the most fairest.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of CGI animals. Not just CGI animals, though.
I think you should pause now.
What's up?
Because copyright, just in case.
I think these will get claims because it's from YouTube itself, but yeah.
But, just in case.
Yeah.
Just a bit more pausing.
Yeah, just a lot more animals. Also, we need to let our audio listeners on Spotify know, which the links are in the description. So check us out.
Yeah, we might be a lot more talking because of that.
Yeah. You got the Seven Dwarfs. Surely normal people.
Yep. Okay.
So whistle while you work.
All right.
Okay, fuck. Okay, they look really ugly.
Wait for the zoom in.
Yeah, so let's do it.
Okay, in 2025. All right.
But we should really zoom in at the dwarves. That's
Yeah, they're gonna zoom in on the dwarves at the end, I think. There's your evil queen.
I mean, she's clearly much prettier than Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, controversies aside.
Magic mirror on the wall.
I don't. Here's my thing. I don't think Gal is a bad actress. Like, but like, I don't think any film has done her favors. And like, there are some actors who just have to play to their strengths. And I feel like because of Wonder Woman, we just gotta put her in a box that she clearly doesn't fit in. If that makes sense.
I mean, in that case, I was like, why would you accept roles you could not do? I mean, remember like
The thing is, like, I think it's a studio problem though. It's like if you offer it to her, she's gonna say yes.
I mean, if you just say I'm gonna give you like $20 million.
Yeah, but it's like you're playing evil queen in a Snow White movie. That sounds pretty cool if it was good. Then again, it's a Disney live action, so it's hit or miss depending on how you feel, or how you feel actors should feel about it. But yeah.
That I mean, to be honest, I don't know why would they choose like, oh, who should play evil queen? Gal Gadot. It's like, sure, that's a choice. I mean, out of every evil person, out of every actress who is known for playing evil, you choose the person everyone's like, you sure about this?
I
mean,
definitely think beauty was the primary factor, which I do understand. You can find beauty and find evil. That's kind of the point. Jenna Coleman.
Yay, she should play evil queen. I don't care.
Who's the fairest one of all?
I mean, I will say though, her voice kind of suits it because like Evil Queen does kind of talk like that in a way, but it has to be more hammy, if you know what I mean. You have to play into like the cartoony nature of the character. That kind of depends. This line delivery wasn't that bad, I would say. The first one was, though, to be fair.
True.
But yeah. Poison apples. This is the prince.
They have no chemistry.
Yeah, and he does homo, but he doesn't look good either.
Yeah, I mean, where's his crown and stuff?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused here.
Wait, is that a thing in a? Sure.
I guess. Do they not zoom into that? The post-title drop. Oh, they don't.
Yeah, I think we have to go back.
Yeah. Interesting.
I
mean, I can't really say that, it's revealing the entire plot, because we kind of know the plot. Yeah, it's around back here.
This trailer.
I thought there was like a good shot of Dopey. Like,
No, I think we have to use the picture from on the internet.
Yeah, we might have to.
I'll send it to you. Don't worry about it. This is much clearer.
This is kind of like you can kind of see. So, the funny part is like Peter Dinklage actually requested not to get more dwarves to play because so it's a little funny because apparently he wanted to be the tallest one, so that's why they requested to make CGI dwarves instead.
Why the fuck would you do that? I mean, there's a lot of short actors. Or you can just pull a. It's like who plays Gimli in Lord of the Rings, or Frodo, or Sam?
these are all like they're like normal sized actors who just get edited down.
I mean, it's better than CGI people.
Yeah, yeah.
Mayor, to be honest, do you realize that Snow White didn't say anything?
Yeah, it's just her singing, which I knew this was gonna happen. Because I mean, it kind of makes sense. I feel like Rachel Ziegler is always gonna get like typecasted in that sense. Like, if you want a singer, get Rachel Ziegler. That's kind of her thing, though.
Good. Just pull someone from Broadway. No offense.
I think she's going to Broadway, if I'm not mistaken.
Fuck.
I
mean,
yeah. What do you think of the trailer before I pull up the image?
It's banking on nostalgia. I'm gonna be honest. It's like if you never seen Snow White, you don't even know what's happening in this trailer. It's basically
that's mainly it.
Basically the end. Basically, all live action remakes. If you don't understand the original movie, you don't understand the live action.
Yeah, so this is what the dwarves look like.
Words could not express.
Yeah. There we go. Should be zoomed in.
By the way, do you remember the leak image? They have live action people play as dwarves.
Yeah. I think this is back when I don't think Peter Dinklage is a part of this anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he's ever a part of it. He just made a comment on Twitter or something.
Yeah, that I think that's what it was. Because I know there was like a controversy of what they were going for, and then then Peter was upset about it, and then I guess to cater to like instead of doing that, let's just do none of it and make everybody CGI.
You just do the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So yeah. So they look horrifying. They look animated. I mean, they are animated, but they look uncanny.
Yeah. Outside of that, I feel like the wig could have been better on her. I know apparently she did cut her hair for it, so they just styled it based on that. I don't know. I feel like they could have done a better job with that. The dress looks okay. I do remember they were looking at Olivia Rodrigo before she decided not to be an actress anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame her. To be honest, if I'm just choosing this movie, I was like, oh fuck, who should I cast? I was like, I'll just go through the Broadway list. I would not even cast most people.
I think the thing is like Rachel was like cast like these three projects came in at the same time, like this Hunger Games and Shazam. Actually, I think all three of those casts happened at the exact same time. So it's like you can't even prepare for that kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, West Side Story. Don't get it wrong. I don't even understand anything about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Snow White. Oh yeah, she never did Broadway before. She just did some movies.
Yeah, and then like in terms of Evil Queen, I would say just like if you ham it up just a little bit in terms of the line delivery, I think that should be good enough. I mean, obviously the facial acting is another thing to factor in. I don't think Evil Queen is like that crazy, especially since like she's gonna have to be the old woman character anyways. That's kind of where most of the facial acting for Evil Queen does come in, to be honest, if we really think about it.
I want to see who is playing the old Evil Queen. I think they have one.
They should, because it can't be Gal unless they CG her face in. Which at this point they probably would because of the dwarves.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay, I'm gonna look at the casting first. Give me a second. No.
Yeah.
Casting for old woman. Okay, I don't think they announced that yet.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't make sense to announce it now, to be fair.
To be honest, everyone knows the story. I'm gonna be
Because
honest.
like I don't think they revealed Ursula's, her hot version, until like the movie happened. Back for
Oh,
Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, Jessica Alexander from Penny
Yeah.
on Mars.
Uh,
Which is fun. Yeah, Penny on Mars. She's in that show. It's just also by Disney. It's just Disney Italy. Fun fact. With Olivia Mee Barrett.
Yeah. So another thing that I do want to mention, we're not going to be able to react to most of the Marvel trailers because most of them are not on YouTube. They were leaked from D23, so we have seen them through very legal means, and but we just don't want to put it on stream just to be safe. But
Yep.
we will talk about what we saw in those trailers. Let's kind of go through the ones that we can react to at the very least. So Shaq wants to save Lilo and Stitch and Mufasa when he's here, so we'll just save those.
Do you
Let's
have
do.
do you
what's
have
up?
Zootopia? Do you have Zootopia 2, by the way?
So Zootopia 2 doesn't have any footage. It was just revealed that Kei Huai is going to play the villain, like a snake. That's it.
I think just one of the characters because we know there's a twist in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zootopia 2. They said like in terms of footage, all they really saw was a brand new snake character voiced by Kei Huai, Ouroboros from Loki.
No, or
Short
just
Round, of course.
and of course, or just the guy from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, mostly Short Round though.
Hmm.
But yeah. So they said that, and there's like new locations for aquatic animals. They're gonna kind of have more of those because you didn't really see that many aquatic animals in Zootopia 1, so that was something else they were teasing as well. But yeah, not too much there. I guess I could just talk about some of the other stuff that happened, but there's nothing really much to say. Like for example, the Frozen 3 is happening. One of the things that they mentioned is that Frozen 3 is the reason why they're doing Frozen 3 and 4 is because they had to tell one story, but it was way too big, so they decided to break it up into 2 parts.
You sure it's not because of money?
I'm just going what they said. Yeah. We'll save Moana 2 for a bit. The Rock is doing a movie called Monster Jams about monster truck drivers. Cool. Avatar 3 comes out next year, titled Fire and Ash. I didn't watch the second one, I'll be honest.
Don't worry about it. You miss nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of lost interest.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
But you could tell this is like James Cameron just wants to do this for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, I seen the second movie. Don't get me wrong. I was like, holy shit, what am I watching? It's a lot. It's basically just a tech demo. None of the characters are well developed. Everyone's really thin, or if not contradictory. The world building it's stupid. They just like here's a water tribe. Cool. Why have I never heard that before? I mean, I guess you could argue that they're not worth mentioning, but it's like, but but you literally made the fact that there's wells that can make you guys immortal, literally, that's a pretty big retcon for the first movie. By the way, do you know how much they cost? Just they can make people live forever.
Yeah.
They cost 8 million.
8 million. Tax money. So yeah, that's not too much on Avatar 3 in that sense. They also said that they're making a spin-off of Inside Out called Dream Productions. They didn't really say anything about that either. They are making a TV show from Pixar called Win or Lose. I wasn't that interested, but there is a trailer online for those that are interested. Toy Story 5. There's not really anything to. I mean, there's a teaser, but it's just saying that it's coming out. I think next year, 2026 or something.
Yeah, I think we can watch that one.
It really isn't much. It's just the characters standing around.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that kind of teaser.
I think at least the the director writer of Toy Story 4 is not back, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, they got Aaron Staton back.
You need to look at what did he made.
Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, he also made John Carter for some reason.
Yeah. So the things that they did talk about for Toy Story 5 is that, you know, the toys are going to be dealing with kids with electronics. So that's the topic.
I mean, I would say I think people care so more about video games than toys now. I mean, I think you should lean more to that.
Yeah, and then the eventual sex toys.
Yay.
Yeah. So, and then the concept art has Woody back with the gang in Bonnie's house. So, a lot of people are not happy about that, which is kind of fair.
I mean, it's not supposed to be sad because I think the ending of Toy Story 4 ruins every character.
Yeah. And some of it is just like, I think some of the voice actors have passed away too. So it's like, they're just like, some of the side characters just don't talk for the whole movie.
I mean,
reacting.
I mean, you could just recast, but I mean, they did in the Toy Story 2, just saying because one of the voice actor passed away.
Yeah.
It's such a weird system. They're like, oh, everyone. I don't get it. Why is everyone so sad about Toy Story 4's ending? I mean, I just see a bunch of people online just like, oh fuck, this movie won an Oscar and the ending is so good. It was like, guys, do you think Woody would make this decision?
I guess it depends. The problem is, like, I don't think the arc was like good enough to justify it, because like it's coming off of Bo Peep's like new characterization, which is honestly a little bit interesting. Like, what if you are a toy with no owner, and how does that change your perception of life? That's kind of the thing. Is like, I think it has an interesting idea to it, but like I think like Forky be such a cog as like I don't think that helped a lot. And then not to mention, like, and then it gets to the end and then it's pretty much over. Gabby is like not a character.
No, she just like, oh, I just want someone to love me. Cool. But by the way, let me just kill all the toys first.
Yeah, you just gotta. The thing is, like, I think it's an interesting idea. I just don't think it was executed well. I think there's too much going on with Woody balancing with Forky, Gabby, and Bo Peep that when he gets to the end, I don't think any of that was earned. So
I mean, it just comes out as character assassination. Do you know the original ending doesn't? It's literally just Woody leaving Bo Peep. They literally have the concept art of that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, just do that. Why not? They literally just retcon the entire ending.
Yeah, and then it's just like then other things too. It's like, oh, Andy does want to come back for Woody, and Bonnie lost him, but I guess she didn't because he goes back home.
I mean,
According to
I
this
think that
concept art of 5.
I think Andy missing Woody, it's reasonable enough. I mean, it's like, of course, it's not like my entire life is like you, but he wants to see
No,
Woody
I think
again.
it's like, I mean, there's like a bit of a headcanon. I don't know if it's true, but like I know like some people said like the toy was passed down from his father to him, and then you could see why Andy would want to hold on to that or like try to get it back at some point before he gets married and have kids as well. I mean, if that's the case, then like, yeah, she would probably be pissed if she lost the toy. But then again, it's like you're being mad at a 4-year-old. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I wish it was handled better. But that's kind of why you don't make a 4th film when it clearly had an ending.
Hey, I mean, we need more money.
Yeah. Also, they have the short too. That was set after the 4th film. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was called. I watched it though,
Yeah. Wait,
all the
holy
way
shit.
back when D Plus came out.
Wait. I just realized. I just look up. Do you know how many story credits are there for Toy Story 4?
I'm not sure.
Wanna guess? That the amount surprised me.
4,
More,
5, 6,
more,
7,
more.
9,
Okay, no, a bit less.
8.
Yep.
That's 8.
Yeah. Toy Story.
Though. I mean, like, I don't know if it feels like that per se, but it does feel like a lot of ideas are going on in this one movie.
Yeah, there's 8 story credits in Toy Story 4. I mean, Toy Story 5 only has 1.
No, Aaron Satin is like a much better choice.
Andrew Stanton.
Andrew Stanton, yeah.
Yep.
So we'll have to wait and see. Another thing, I guess, 2 other Pixar stuff they announced was 2 original IPs, Hoppers and Elio coming out as well. At least there's some. They're trying to do the sequel stuff and trying to do original IPs again. So, because I know people were afraid of how Inside Out 2 was doing so well that they might not do that anymore. So I guess credit where that is.
By the way, I don't even know.
They didn't really say much about it. That's kind of the other problem.
I was like, how did they get so much attention, but no one talks about it.
Yeah. Remember Luca?
I didn't even bother watching that.
Yeah.
How much did that make?
I think it came out during COVID, so probably not much.
All right. Remember, I think people talk more about Encanto than Luca,
Yeah.
or than Inside Out 2. I mean, I still haven't watched Encanto. Don't get me wrong, but still.
Yeah, I got 51 million, Luca.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. They released it on Disney Plus as well.
Yeah. Incredibles 3 though. That's the other one.
Isn't Incredibles 2 is shit though. I don't care.
Mhm.
We don't have a trailer for that one, right?
Nope. Just that it's happening. Brad Bird is back. And
Okay, so what is gonna happen in this movie again?
yeah, it doesn't really have anything. It just says they didn't even give a release date either. Just that it's in production. They didn't really give a story concept or anything, from what I read at least.
Yeah. That's
So yeah, that kind of ends the Pixar segment. So yeah, let's get to Moana.
Oh, great.
Moana 2. So I guess a little bit of context. So this is set 3 years after the first movie.
I remember to rush the movie in 1 year.
Yeah, I mean they randomly just announced, "Oh, we're making a sequel, by the way,
Last
and we're
year.
making a live action movie too off the first one." So yeah,
Holy shit. That's
one
not
sec.
how movies work. You can't just rush it in 1 year.
Yeah. Okay. So Shaq is ready. Let me just send him the link.
Nice.
So yeah.
You wanted to come this time.
Just pausing for copyright.
Little sis! Fix it!
Yeah, so Bob Iger has really gassed up this new sister. Like she's the heart and soul of this movie. So I'm not super confident on what's going on right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You were gone forever.
It was 3 days.
Where are we going?
Before Maui stole Tifiti's heart.
We've seen the movie, but thank you.
Yeah, I guess she's explaining to a 3-year-old, to be fair. It kind of works for re-explaining for the new audience plus a new character, I guess, to be fair.
Ancestors wanted to connect our island to all the people of the entire ocean. It's my job as a wayfinder to finish what they started.
Moana, show how people.
Sure, I don't have anything to say. It's just saying stuff up from the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
People, just how far we'll go.
This Thanksgiving.
This is a call from the ancestors.
Hidden in a terrible storm, it's an ancient island. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people.
Curse?
Hey, Shaq. Hello,
Hi.
Burger.
Hi, we're so thrilled about the trailer. Just kidding.
Did you
Pulled
guys do the
together
Daredevil
again.
trailer already? Or-
We were saving that for you.
All right.
Yeah,
We're just talking about some of the Disney and Pixar trailers that came out as well.
Yep, this does not give me
So
thrills.
this is Moana 2.
Yeah, dude.
I know what I have to do. Maui, I could really use your help.
Can I get a chee-hoo?
You will be destroyed, and your wayfinder too.
Now I kind of miss the lava monster. Ow!
Nice.
I mean, by the way, how does that work? Didn't they break all the curses because Moana, because they stole the heart from the first movie? Which the explanation, I guess, this time is that there's a meteor who invented more curses. It also calls you for the ancestors. It also strikes you. It also try to kill Moana with a lightning. Sure, this is nonsense.
What if you don't come back?
I'll be back. I promise.
Do I hear
What's up?
Question: wasn't there a lot of people with Moana like in the end of the last movie?
We gotta do it solo, I guess.
Yeah, let's ignore the ending. Everyone is comfortable to leave the ocean instead of just her.
people?
Those aren't people. Cock 'em. You guys, we got this. Bring it on, Coco. Nuts.
So she
Yeah.
is she basically wasn't that in the first one? So she's basically doing the same trip with her family or other because weren't those little spear guys or whatever, weren't they in the last movie too? In a 101?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But I mean, they just bring them back for cheap cheap laughs, I guess, because I don't really remember what they did in the last movie. They just kind of just an obstacle. Yeah, I don't really have much to say because they didn't tell me anything aside from ancestors. You have to find them. They try to curse the ocean. So Moana and Maui gotta find it. Question mark? Wait, isn't that a meteor? Wait, shouldn't you just fly in the air or something, or it just lands on the ocean?
I just think they're like because Moana can like control the ocean or some shit, right? So it's like she would want to be like on the ocean. Or I have a question that doesn't. What do you feel like? Because I guess we're gonna get to it, but I saw a decision or not division on this thing. How do you feel about the whole idea of not like there are not that many new Disney ideas and they're just kind of doing like sequels? Because like we're getting Toy Story 5, this Frozen 3,
Yeah. Yeah.
Really,
Zootopia 2. Like how do you guys feel
Incredibles
about
3.
Incredibles 3, I love that. I'm gonna watch that. That's like the only one I really care about. But how do you feel about the other ones?
it's so lame. It's like, okay, everyone's just like, hey, here's a sequel. Here's Zootopia 2. Here's Toy Story 2. Toy Story 5. Here's other stuff.
Inside Out 3 is on the way as well.
Oh, I don't even see this Inside Out 2. Seriously, what even happened Inside Out 2?
Apparently, it was really good though. Apparently, Inside Out 2 was really good. That's what people were saying. So I didn't see Inside Out 2.
I heard good reception for it.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but no one talks about it. It's like they don't even show any scenes they didn't post anything on Twitter. Just like, hey, this could be the highest grossing animated film of all time. I was like, oh, did no one talks about that?
So
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like Marvel movies. Like you just see you just see footage leak like all the time. I practically saw a lot of the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff like on Twitter before even watching the movie. But yeah, I guess like people are kind of weird with what goes on. I know The Boys has like a lot of leaks online. Any live action stuff, it seems. I'm not sure.
I also think the Inside Out 2 thing kind of got overshadowed by what was it? The hype for Deadpool versus Wolverine, because Inside Out 2 came out June, and so people were just kind of warming up. There was a bunch of teasers, and I think it was Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were doing a lot of like just random things, like they were doing sit downs and they did like a Hot Ones or something. So I think it just kind of got overshadowed by the hype for that movie, which Deadpool it's a good movie, but it's mid. It's kind of mid, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that movie in the previous pod. For those that are interested, two-parter.
Just quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you guys give the movie out of 10? Me and Kareem saw it, and Kareem gave it like a 6. I think I gave it like either a 7 or something. Or would you guys give the movie out of 10?
So we thought We thought it was really bad.
Do you really want to know? Because I was literally so frustrated after I finished.
I mean, if you want to give it a 2 or 3, you can. It's their opinion. Like,
Yeah.
1.
you give it a 1.
I think the biggest issue is like it does use a lot of stuff from the Fox movies, including the cameos that were there.
Yeah,
and from their respective movies. So if you factor that plus how they were handled in
Also
the movie
all the
itself, I think
TVA,
that kind of diminishes it a lot.
all the TVA stuff from Loki.
Yeah, that too.
yeah, and also they basically put Logan timeline to the Deadpool timeline. If anyone watches Fox movies, knows that they don't coexist together. They can't coexist together.
Yeah, Logan is an alternate timeline.
And Deadpool is the main timeline.
So he gave it a 1. So did you also give it a 1?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Okay.
It's not that I don't understand.
So did you not?
I would say like No Way Home is like a much better example of like a multiversal story that's done better.
I mean, because
did you guys at least enjoy it? Like, think it was funny? Like, what'd you think of the comedy in it?
There's a few lines that are funny.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I sometimes that happens. I don't mean to burst your bubble.
Yeah.
Me and Kareem thought the movie was mid. I didn't think it was a 1. Like, I've seen a lot worse movies. I've seen a lot like I saw the original Avatar. I saw the last Airbender movie in theaters because I was an Avatar fan. Like, that was terrible. That was a 1.
No, I understand.
I saw Dragon Ball Evolution. Y'all don't know. Have y'all seen Dragon Ball Evolution?
No.
It's the live action Dragon Ball Z movie. That movie is also a 1. Like,
yeah, no.
They made Goku white. Like, I don't like.
No, it's.
I'm not a Dragon Ball fan, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, no, it's actually funny how bad it is. Well, that's like an enjoyable bad movie, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, if comedy is bad, it's not fun. It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah. I guess to go back to our Disney stuff. Yeah, a lot of sequels are going on. I just remember, like, we were talking about this before, like Moana 2, they just randomly said, "Oh, we're making a sequel, by the way, it's coming out next year." And then
wasn't it supposed to be a show? Wasn't Moana supposed to be a show or something? Or was that like a
There was an idea to make like a show just like I know Princess and the Frog is having a spin-off show with Tiana.
Yeah.
They were going to do a similar thing with Moana, but then they said, "You know what, let's just make it a movie."
Yeah, then I mean, there's a few shows after Moana the movie. It's like, but yeah, it's just
on another tangent. Are they doing a live action Princess and the Frog movie? Because they're having Coco Jones, who would be a perfect Tiana. They're having her sing songs from the movie, like doing like her renditions of songs, like the little Almost There song. Like, that's one of the movies you could do a live action of, because it's like a lot of these Disney movies are not like, what is it called? Like, are fantastical.
Yeah.
Like Lilo and Stitch, I don't know how it's gonna work. Like, how are you gonna do Gantu? How are you gonna do Pleakley? How are you gonna do Jumbo? Like, that's gonna be very nasty. It's gonna be very nasty. But like Princess and the Frog, it's like the South, and there's like voodoo and witch doctors. Like, that's been done before. Like, it's calm. So I don't know.
Yeah. I do think Princess and the Frog and I think it's like one of the better examples of like what could be translated to live action.
I mean, yeah,
and I do love Coco Jones as well.
I think Keith David said that he's willing to play the villain again in live action. I was like, the guy who
he would also fit too. Like he looks like menacing. Like, he's like kind of scary, a little scary.
And he's got that voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, that I would support his casting for live action. But if they make a live action, I think they will misunderstand why is it that great to begin with.
Yeah, I think that's like the main thing. I do think it's a good thing to do. It's just how will they translate it is going to be the big question. But yeah, Moana 2 drops November 27th. My main comment is just like I think the animation looks really good, but that's Disney standard, so it should be good.
What do you think about them adding all these miscellaneous characters, like her younger sister and like some old guy? Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, so we were also talking about that before. Bob Iger said that the younger sister's like the heart and soul of the movie. So I'm kind of worried about that.
Wait, hold up.
By the way, here's the thing about they try to give.
How do you make a character we don't know about? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust Pixar because Pixar's been doing good in Disney movies so far. It's the actual Disney the because Pixar has been doing pretty fine, but I'll trust it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think Inside Out 2 is the first hit. I think the last one is Elemental is a bomb. Lightyear is a bomb. Turning Red is a bomb. So it's like,
Yeah. I know some of those could just be effect of COVID, but I mean, some of them are just not super well received to be at the same time. So it's kind of tough to say what was the. But then again, there are some movies that did really well during COVID, so there's that as well.
yeah, what movie did really well during COVID? I remember in Tenet did really poorly. To be fair, that movie it's really confusing. So it was like,
You said what? Yeah. You said Tenet?
Yeah.
Tenet it's confusing. I still really enjoy that movie. It might just be like Christopher Nolan with anything that's like warped reality time type stuff is like I enjoy the movie. The only thing I didn't really enjoy about the movie, and it's gonna sound like some hating shit, is like John David Washington. I don't like his performances, but
yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
I liked his performance in Black Klansman, but like I think who really carries the show is Robert Pattinson in Tenet. I think really
Yeah, I mean, I like Robert Pattinson. He's a really good actor, but he just really got screwed over by Twilight beforehand.
I'm not. I was known him before. My older brother loved Harry Potter. I knew him as Cedric Diggory. That's why Cedric Diggory. Like that.
Yeah.
We just know about this crazy Hufflepuff sorcerer, and he just gets packed in the first movie he's in. It was
Fair. I guess another thing we could react to, we'll react to the Lilo and Stitch. It's not really like, it's just showing what he looks like.
Wait, pause. What did
I was gonna ask you that question.
Hold on. Is Stitch black?
That's up to you. I was going to ask you: does he get the pass, or?
I mean, now I'm thinking about it, like 626, like he does have his own lingo. He does rock shades. I don't know, like he does run away from the cops. Like, he can get the pass. He can get the pass.
Stitch gets a pass. All right, go ahead.
I think he looks fine here. Yes, we don't have.
I'm so happy they didn't take the realistic approach like they did with the live. Remember they first showed the Sonic shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they could have easily did it where they were trying to make him look more grotesque because he's a monster, right? So like they could have made it like where he looks more grotesque. But they still he still looks like the cartoonish like he's like creepy but like cute. So.
Yeah. I think it's a good translation. I mean, that's kind of what this teaser is like. Yep, that's what Stitch would look like in live action.
I was like, okay, that's
the funny part is people reacting to what did he say.
I will say they got to do something with design because like seeing this on screen with like somebody, it would still look fake. Like maybe if they could like the same dimensions as like a baby koala or something like that, and just like basically like. Model like do use this model and kind of like overlay it over a koala so it'd be more believable because it still looks fake. Imagine like
I do think it's like with a teaser, it's like it's kind of hard to say for now. I think you'd have to see it when he's in a realistic background because like right now he's just in a white background with the logo. Not really, you can't really tell how he's going to look with a person next to him or something like that.
Like how Kareem? It's not Kareem. I mean,
Yeah.
How would you feel like could you believe him like next to like a 4'6" 5-year-old brown Hawaiian girl? Like, would you think that that's Stitch? Like,
that's kind of tough. It's like I think it's for the sake of a teaser, it's like just to show us like what does he look like. But like the thing is, like I do want to see him. What does he look like when he's put in the real world? Like when he is sitting next to Lilo, like as you're saying, that's kind of the thing. It's a good design as it is right now, but like, how is it going to look in live action? That's the part I need to see for sure.
Yeah, it's like how does it blend into a background? How does it interact
That's
with
the thing. How does it blend with everything else?
did you see what they were saying about Nani? They were saying Nani better be thick or something like that because she was thick in the cartoon.
Yeah, we've seen the actress. She's not as thick.
They posted the actress.
They've announced the casting long before. Yeah, I think most people are upset about like she's not dark enough.
Is she a light skin like Islander or something like that? Is there colorism with
she's an Islander, but like she's lighter than Nani.
So is there like colorism with the Pacific Islanders? I don't know if that's a thing. I'm just.
I'm not sure who's the actor for the sister.
From back when the discourse happened, like this happened like 2 years ago. But like there was like people upset about it, like in terms of the colorism.
To be honest, that's the least.
I don't know.
That's the least of my concern.
No. Okay, she looks white. She looks. I'm looking at it. She looks white. Her name is Sydney Duongo.
Yeah, I think she's like.
I think she's this white. This picture looks white. This picture looks white. Some of these pictures. No, so it's weird when she's like in certain backdrops. She looks like brown a little bit, but if someone were to say this was a white girl, she looks kind of white. I can see what they're talking about. This she doesn't. I thought it would be like a woman that would look kind of like the Rock's complexion. She's not like the Rock's complexion.
Yeah, I think that would have been a little bit better in comparison. But yeah, it's like I don't know. Maybe there was like a difficulty of finding somebody like that. It's tough to say. And this was like a decision like 2 years ago. But yeah.
This is gonna that's gonna make people angry.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the show. I've seen the Lilo and Stitch shows. I've never seen the original movie. That's a thing. And I've seen a lot of the Lilo and Stitch movies. It's like from Japan.
Yeah, I really love the.
The show was slept on. The show was like
it was slept on.
It was like Disney Pokemon for her. But
mm-hmm.
I will say so. Unity, if you look up the actress, you could think she's white. Like seeing Nani in the show, you would never think she's white. Seeing her, you could think the Nani actress is white. Now the Lilo actress is really good, but like you could think she's white.
It's okay, Burger. Shaq gave the pass. It's all right.
He's got the pass. Yeah, I can't get it because in certain lighting she does look white, but sometimes it just looks. But in certain photos she doesn't look too white.
Yeah, I do have to see. I do have to see what they do in live action. But yeah, that's kind of the thing about this teaser. It's not too much to say as of right now.
And I'm not gonna lie to you.
But I don't think it's gonna work out. Yeah.
Sydney, if you're here and you're still cashew, I'm gonna need you to tan healthily though. Don't get skin cancer, but like I'm gonna need you to at least get a tan because there's one photo when she's on the beach and she kind of has a tan and she looks like. And I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying because she very well could be a Pacific Islander. They just get that light there. She very well could be, but I was expecting like Moana coloring, the Rock Johnson, like Roman, Roman Reigns, like
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. I was expecting that type of coloring, but I'm just yeah. Jason Momoa is perfect.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got.
I mean,
Stitch being a bit creepy isn't too bad considering his origins. Yeah.
Burger Worcester, I was talking about it. I actually like they went this way because if they did like how they did with the Sonic, where they try to make him look more like a hedgehog, if they wanted to make him more look like a monster, it could have got very nasty for the design. His design is like very bulbous and round and cartoonish, which I think is fine. Because if he was like a monster like how he is, I think it would look a little too weird. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the casting for Mr. Bubbles. I guess Connie B fans. To be fair, it's kind of hard to find someone who's really big. and who can act really well, and also be really nice on the inside.
Oh yeah, Courtney B. Vance. Yeah. That's Angela Bassett's husband.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Before we get to Daredevil, let's do Mufasa. Finish out this Disney.
And also Percy Jackson.
So, how did y'all
I'll say that for later. Unity.
How did y'all feel about the synopsis for Toy Story 5, where they have to compete?
Oh yeah,
They have to compete with electronics.
I think they should compete with video games instead.
I think that's what it is. Like video games.
That's kind of what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, can they compete with Roblox? Can they compete with Minecraft? Like that's it.
Yeah. Then it gets to the biggest meme right now. Is like if this is like the topic, then when do we get to the topic of competing against sex toys? So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm really they got the Finding Nemo writer back, so
he's a good writer.
So he's a good writer. So they definitely, and they got rid of the Toy Story 4 writer, so
yeah,
they should be in the right direction.
So who wrote Toy Story? So did the same guy do that? Wrote Toy Story 3 not the right Toy Story? Because Toy Story 3 was really good.
No,
no, it was by somebody else.
No, it's a guy called George Cooley who basically quit Pixar right after that movie. Fun fact.
I have a question. So did the Toy Story 3 writer not want to do it? I know it's 9 years after, but did they not call him up? Is he did he not want to do it? Like, did they not call him or?
Oh, I know what happened behind the scenes. So apparently, before Josh Cooley is cast, they actually have the script ready. They have the director, but something happened. So Josh Cooley took over and rewrite 75% of the script into what he made. So that's why they have 8 story credits for this movie.
That's so okay.
8 is crazy. Usually when you see a lot, it's like 4.
Yeah, so that's why Toy Story 4 is originally in 2018 is pushed back to 2019, and that's why Incredibles 2 is pushed forward a year. So the production is rushed for Incredibles 2.
But Incredibles 2 was still pretty good. I still like that. So.
Yeah, I just compared to the first one.
I mean, it could be better.
I mean, the first one is it's like that and Cars are like my favorite like Pixar movies of all time. So, or in Finding Nemo. So that Cars and Finding Nemo.
Yeah. So yeah, it's so I still say it could be better if they have the release date in 2019. They have 1 more year to just fix stuff.
Yeah, let's get to Mufasa, then we can talk about Daredevil.
Yeah, I had the opinion. Me and Kareem actually had this debate. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll play the thing, but I'm going to bring it up after we see the thing. We're bring the trailer.
Okay.
It's time. I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear.
So just to be clear, so what we learned from the previous Mufasa teaser was that this story is being told to Simba and Nala's kid. Basically, Rafiki is just explaining the origins of Mufasa to basically his grandchild. So, yeah.
Why do we need to know that?
It's kind of like, which is like a really boring way to do this. Like, oh, let me explain to you the origins of your grandfather.
I mean, you gotta kind of think about it like it's kind of like the prequels in Star Wars, where it's like how did Darth Vader become this way?
Yeah. I guess it's like I feel like some of it is just like so we can see Pumbaa, Timon, and these guys.
I mean, you gotta because people is the live action Lion King did not do that well. So
it did get over $1 billion.
I mean, it got over $1 billion, but that movie was not good. But
no,
yeah.
I think it was so much promotion, and Beyonce did the soundtrack, and she was the voice. Like it was so much. Like for how much stuff was put into that movie, you would have thought like it did $1 trillion. Didn't the original Captain Marvel almost get $1 billion? Like, and that movie was like
the first one got $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it did come after Infinity War and setting up Endgame, so I guess it kind of had a boost because of that.
Yeah, they market it as you have the must watch before.
You have to watch this before Endgame, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you really didn't have to. But yeah.
We're not in this story.
There's a lot of stories with all of us. Tell one of those.
So we're not in the story, yeah. Very funny.
Long before they became legends, Mufasa and the prince who would come to be known as Scar became brothers.
Hello, what's your name? Mufasa. I told you to wait for me. We can't just leave him here. Rules are rules.
I didn't know they had thick British accents.
I mean, well, Scar has a British accent.
I guess, yeah, Jeremy Irons, yeah.
I mean, you have to think about it. So the reason, because Mufasa always had a different accent than Scar, because Mufasa was John Zorro Jones, and Scar had the British accent. It makes sense though, because if they're not actually biologically related, and Mufasa is an orphan from another pride, of course he would speak differently. Like,
yeah, fair enough.
Taka, the king will never accept a stray. I'm not a stray. I'm just lost.
I'll say that it's slightly more expressive than the last movie.
But now it's kind of a little uncanny at the same time.
Yeah, it's slightly more expressive. I'll give it that.
But I have a question. Would y'all want this to be a pause? So say this is an amazing movie. Would you prefer it to be 3D or would you want it to 2D, or not like the drawn style, like how the original movie was?
I would love drawn style more.
I'll probably just do 2D.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just go for 2D.
Just asking. All right.
Yeah.
We do not associate with outsiders. Taka is the future king. We must protect the bloodline.
But Dad, I saved his life.
Yeah, the expressiveness seems a little too much.
Yeah,
I think that's just the problem with making a realistic lion, trying to do all the smiles and all that.
I mean, it's not directed by Jon Favreau anymore, so it's like the new director tried to do a bit more.
Yeah.
I prefer it more than the last one, though. I prefer the expressions more than the last one.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have a secret, Mufasa. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother.
I do think it's an interesting premise, though, like tackling Mufasa and Scar growing up.
Yeah.
So I can see the appeal of going about it for this movie.
I think they low-key kind of set themselves up because, like the Lion King 2, with Scar's descendant and Mufasa's that movie was kind of bad. So, and then apparently the Lion Guard, there's a show on Disney Junior. Apparently that show covered some of that stuff too. So they kind of were screwed for doing anything after it. So
Oh yeah. I've seen that show. That's they basically have superpowers inside.
Okay, they basically screwed up the whole the lore act. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a scent.
I'm screaming on another.
It's barely a trace on the wind. And it smells like home. And then it's gone.
You and Taka together. That is home. Now both of you go. Find your place in the circle of life.
The circle is broken. There will be one Lion King.
He said the thing. He said the title.
Yay! I mean, I think the white line looks a bit too uncanny because they look way too white. It's like no offense, they basically just use some original design, just paint it white. I was like, okay, that's a choice. I thought you have 200 million something.
I've never personally seen a white line, before.
How come they exist?
They do exist though, yeah.
Yeah, I need to look at how do they look in real life first. White lion.
I think
It's
I think they're just doing that to show that because Mufasa's like more brown. I think they're just trying to show that
it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the lions.
They have blue eyes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, white lions have blue eyes. I don't think they have blue eyes here.
Yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, it comes out in Christmas. Oh, kind of. Greenish. Maybe. Yeah.
We must fight together.
If we fight, we die! Just to be clear, I never signed up for this!
I'm here to protect you, my brother.
Oh, so wait, so Mufasa was the orphan?
Yeah, so this is the biggest thing. So this is what me and Kareem kind of had a debate with. So Scar's name in the original Lion King is Taka, and in Swahili it means the one. It's like basically means the one that's left over, meaning that he's like the second son. So they are supposed to. So I thought it was like when I originally saw that when I looked at the lore for Lion King because it was when I was on my Disney Pixar theory or whatever, right? I originally thought it was like a General Iroh Ozai thing where they despise each other and they just wanted the throne type thing. That's what I was thinking about. But how they're phrasing it, they're making Scar more like they're humanizing the evil that is Scar, because in this they're framing how Mufasa had no home. Scar saved his life. He convinced his family to take him in. Basically showing Scar like, I tried to give you because I was so lonely. I wanted somebody, and something's gonna happen in the movie, and I guess they're gonna choose what is it? They're gonna win because they're obviously fighting some lion pride, right? So obviously Scar and Mufasa are gonna win, and maybe Scar's gonna get that scar on his face from fighting one of the lions, right? And then they're for the new pride because they've beaten this old pride, right? And they had because usually that's how the males fight, and then I think it's like the males fight, and then I think they get the women or something like that, and they kill the kids, they get the women, something like that, whatever, right? They're gonna beat this pride, and then they're gonna choose who the next ruler of the Lion King is, and they're gonna choose Mufasa because maybe Mufasa like is did something legendary in the fight or something, or he was impactful, but it's all screaming because it should be Scar, and it would have been Scar's if he never had saved Mufasa and convinced his family to let him into the pride. So it kind of like people are kind of just people like I saw this on Twitter and Discord, Twitter, Discord, and TikTok that it's like they're making you feel more for Scar instead of him just being an evil guy. It's like, oh my god, I was born fucked up. Or whatever. I was born second, so I was screwed eternally. And he's just petty for being born second, which nobody could control. It's basically like Scar saved you, and then Mufasa obviously took the chance and became the king. So it's like, so basically Scar got screwed because he was a good person. So, and it's making him, so like.
So how do you feel about that?
Kareem said that's dumb, and he didn't like how they're changing like basically that because it was implied that they were brothers biologically. He didn't like how they were changing that. I think it's cool because we're getting a different thing. How do you guys feel about them basically changing the fact that they're like basically changing it to make it like Scar a more sympathetic villain? Like, because Disney has been doing this a lot where their villains are like, oh, I'm trying to save my wife, or I think I'm doing something right, and I'm not actually evil. Because in old Disney villains were just evil. So
right. I feel like go ahead.
They fell with spectacular fashion. Remember Cruella?
Yeah, Cruella's really bad. And how they did that.
It's like, oh my! They just like, oh, basically, there's someone more evil than me, so I'm gonna kill that person. She didn't kill her, but it's like, the method is so. I
will say that this is kind of a step in the better direction in terms of like going about it. I would say it does sound like very Shakespearean, which is kind of like, obviously that's kind of the point with I'm pretty sure Lion King was inspired by Hamlet, if I'm not mistaken.
But you still need the talented
yeah.
writer to pull this off.
Yeah.
But I think the
Of course, like,
biggest
talent is
distinction
what you're
between
looking
this,
for, but-
in Hamlet, wasn't the king and his uncle, weren't they like they're actual brothers? So him despising somebody like I would I'm gonna be honest, like I don't think this is being human. Like humanize this character is like if I did all this for you and they choose you, I'm gonna be pissed.
I totally understand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
obviously you could be better than me, right? So Mufasa probably is maybe a better fighter, better leader, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But this wouldn't even be a discussion if I let you die in that river. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That is kind of the thing. I can see what Kareem is saying because, like, on the one hand, like I feel like trying to make every villain like sympathetic at this point is getting a little bit redundant. So it's like, and then it's like if you take away the biological aspect and they're both adopted brothers, and then that relationship is like a little bit different now because they've lived together for so long that they're practically brothers, but in technicality he is just an adopted brother, as it sounds like here. So when you have like this whole thing that this orphan is going to become a king, so meaning Scar is supposed to be the one that's supposed to be king, but because this lion cub that he chose to save that one day became good enough for the people that he is more worthy to be king, is like I can see that it is like I would say that does sound like Shakespearean in the sense like, oh, that kind of, I think that kind of tracks in terms of like that downfall of this one action, that's one act of good deed is like what led to your downfall, kind of a thing. I think that's an interesting idea. Of course, execution is kind of what we need to see. So I the thing is, like, I know it's kind of a cop-out, but I see where both of you are coming from. You and Kareem.
What about you, Nate? What about you, Nate?
To be honest, I was really looking at it. It's like, okay, this is gonna be a tragic disaster because there's no way they can handle this much.
Yeah, I think it's just going off of our relationship with these Disney live action remakes when they've been trying to do this before.
If you see Maleficent or Cruella, they basically relies on you just like you know and not know the animation. If you know it, then it's like, okay, you basically punch a bunch of contradictions. If you don't know it, basically it means you have gaps in the scenes that you could not understand. It's like Fast and Loose. I mean, but this movie relies on the first live action movie, so it's like, so they can't really say that they can't really be Fast and Loose about it.
Yeah, I mean, because like the first movie isn't like super like intertwined with the live action with the animated movie. I mean, obviously it has a lot of the beat for beat stuff in there, but like I feel like when you're going from the live action prequel from the live action movie, you can kind of be a little bit fast and loose to that degree.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of my issue with Wicked, which is the Broadway musical. People love that musical, which I get it. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. The soundtrack is really good when it comes to like how there's like a lot of subtle connections between them. It's like some sounds that you parallel each other if you re-listen to them. But it's like it's just the story itself. It's the same problem. If you notice, it relies on you knowing the Wizard of Oz. If you know it, there's a lot of contradictions. If you don't know it, there's a lot of things you would not understand.
I feel like that's kind of a problem with like villain-centric stories nowadays too. It's like, now you're in the POV of a villain. Now we just need to make a way that it's like presentable to people so that it's not like we're forgiving their actions or something like that. I don't know. I feel like these like fast and loose like stuff with it is kind of always going to be the problem with this stuff here.
Yeah. It's also this is also why I'm concerned about a new Wicked movie, because they gotta play fast and loose, and I gotta know that.
So I was just like, now that I'm thinking about it, like I actually like this. I'm going to stand more on my opinion. I like this more than what Because if it was just Scar being a hating younger brother, like would that?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying because like if you make him like he's the same way as a kid and he's the same way as an adult, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, just for me, it just depends on execution.
That's where I'd say the execution is the most important part. Yeah, but I can definitely see like there being a difference between the two. So I do see where you're coming from. There.
This movie's going to be 3 hours long. For it to make it's gonna be
3 hours.
3 hours long.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna read the writer's credit afterwards. This is insane.
Mufasa! This was a bad idea!
And like, so pause. So that scene, Mufasa's obviously a fighter. Scar obviously thinks. So Mufasa was gonna fight somebody else. Scar saved his life. Because if Mufasa fights that like King Lion or whatever from the other tribe, Mufasa's gonna die. So obviously they're like teenagers or whatever right now. Like I don't know how he jumps from this to like wanting to like you know what I'm saying, like destroy the blood. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's gonna fall from that height and die in many years.
There's water, like cause he jumped in it too. It was like so there's like my whole thing with this is like, see, I think Unity is right. It has to be done because they're teenagers now. So it's like, or younger, whatever you want to say. And he saved his life again. And now maybe that's probably why Mufasa becomes the king because he's a fighter and he's always gonna fight because he was an orphan. He had to fight, whatever. That's legendary, obviously. But I just feel like I understand. Like if I'm scoring, I save your life twice because I think and you don't. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, that could be kind of annoying.
It's kind of like
I can see Scar's point of view.
It's kind of like Thor and Loki.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, depends. Yeah.
We're alive! I did it! I saved us!
You were saying?
It's a lot more Disney-ish
The Mufasa
lines, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mufasa the Lion.
Blue Ivy,
Wait,
so again, a star-studded cast. Danny Noon's amazing. Blue Ivy, whatever. That's his daughter. Beyonce.
Shit,
So I think I saw. I don't know if you guys have seen. Is Lin-Manuel Miranda supposed to do some of the soundtrack?
I need to check that.
He's doing the music.
Yeah, so because he is. That should be good because he did Hamilton. The Hamilton music was really good. So
to be fair, he also made the song from that's Frosted song.
Yeah.
To be fair, he didn't do well with the Little Mermaid remake. He made that.
The music was a little weak in that one. I think Lion King will be better though. To be fair.
The thing is, with the Little Mermaid, they had to use a lot of the old songs. I think like with him being able to make his own songs, because the Little Mermaid is about the Little Mermaid. This is a story that they're creating, like basically like a prequel,
like an original
story they're creating, so he can create any songs he wants. So like obviously that I Can't Believe I Have a Brother song he's gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like
no, don't get me wrong. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda in like Tick Tick Boom. He directed that, and it's like it's amazing. It's easily one of my favorite musical of all time. I was like, and he did really well. I was shocked by it. So I know he can write well. So, but you know, I hope that he done well. He also does well here. That's my concern because I seen the Little Mermaids.
Yeah, I think he'll be better here because, as Shaq was saying, prequel doesn't really have too much to tie itself to, and I think Lion King is more bombastic. That's something that he's more attuned to, I would say.
Yeah.
In terms of his style work. So yeah.
To be honest,
also, you have Beyonce. If you don't use Beyonce's vocals on these songs, I don't know what you're doing. Like he's a composer, and you have one of the best voices of our generation. Like even though she's like in order, she's still a great singer. So it should be immaculate. Even Lion King 2 music is really good. It's not as good as the Lion King 1 music. Both of their music are really good. So the Lion King, you have to have good music. It's like a requirement. It's legit a requirement. So
the thing about for me in the first movie, since we're kind of like talking about it, I thought like it was just like when they had the can you feel the love tonight? Like Donald Glover, you can just tell he is nowhere near where Beyonce is, but with the two of them. So it's like,
yeah,
that kind of imbalance is what kind of took me out of the movie, because like Beyonce's so good and Donald Glover's like he's passable, but like that was kind of my thing about the first movie.
His music, it's I mean, it's a lot of rapping. I'll give it. It's a lot of rapping, not a lot of singing.
Yeah, I think because I remember they did this for like Hercules and stuff like that. Like in the animated stuff, they would have the people that would do the voice acting and the people that would just do the songs. Because the person that did Hercules' voice did not do his singing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Where if you want to have the best songs possible, you do not need the actors. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have somebody that sounds like the actor, but just say it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they should do. So
oh yeah.
That would have improved a lot, I would say.
Oh yeah, I love the Hercules soundtrack, especially the song by Michael Bolton. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I love stars. So, do you want me to read out? But anyway, do you want me to read out the credit for the writer of this movie? The writer is
talk about Daredevil.
The writer is Jeff Nathanson, who wrote the Lion King remake. Which that's just one thing. So let me read out other things. He wrote Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That movie is decent. It wasn't terrible.
He wrote Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales. He wrote Speed 2, Christ Control.
You said Speed 2? Is that the movie with the bomb on the train?
No, the sequel for that.
I don't even know. I didn't even know it was a sequel.
Yeah, the movie is so bad Keanu Reeves doesn't even want to be there.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is not a terrible movie.
I mean, it's better than I remember. So yeah, but if you tell me it was like, oh, he wrote Pirates 5 and Speed 2, I was like, okay, don't get.
He wrote Pirates 5, Indiana Jones 4,
Speed 2.
I don't even remember what happened in Dead Men Tell No Tales. I saw that last the Sundial Indiana Jones movie. That was terrible.
Oh, they ruined Jack Sparrow. So that's what happened in the fifth movie. I
see 30% of Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, that's probably ass.
Yeah, they ruined the title character.
So Daredevil born again. So just for an FYI, we're not able to show the footage online because it was leaked on Twitter. So yeah, we technically saw it on our own, but I don't want to put it on YouTube because we're kind of having, just to be safe from YouTube stuff, so, and Disney stuff. So
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess one thing we can mention, but while he comes back, they also announced some for you, Unity, musical adaptations of Frozen, Hercules, and The Greatest Showman, all like live action musicals on stage.
I'm surprised they haven't adapted Hercules already, because that's the thing that should be talked.
Out of curiosity, for the I just came back for the Deadpool show. Did they say how many episodes they're giving it?
Deadpool.
Daredevil. It's like I didn't look at it.
I think they're doing 12. I think.
Yeah,
it'd be fun. They're not, because I didn't want them to cut it to 10 because usually they do that for show.
Because so that's kind of a few things that we should mention about Born Again. Born Again is repurposed entirely, because there was a whole thing like they weren't sure, like, should they do a brand new thing? Should they do a soft reboot or try to make it into the MCU, or should they commit fully into the MCU? Originally, they did try to do let's soft reboot it into the MCU. Like, it's not fully canon, the Netflix stuff, but like we'll still have like stuff here and there about it. But then they worked on it. It was supposed to be 18 episodes, which for me, that's way too many episodes. I think I just think 18 episodes is way too overkill. I think the 12, 13 format that Netflix used to have, I think that's just better.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, so I'm kind of glad that they're not overshooting that for that standard. What else? But yeah, so they did eventually scrap everything because they just felt like it was not going the direction that they thought it should be going. Then they did their rehaul, their reshoots, and then now we have, they're fully committing that this is going to be MCU and Netflix canon together.
Yeah, I mean, after they basically just scrapped the first 4 episodes, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
there.
think is like the part that I just wasn't a big fan of is like, I don't know. It's like it's just that kind of planning because like Marvel has like a problem with like planning out what do they want to do, what do they not want to do, and then they start working on it, and then they don't do it anymore, and now they have to retool it. But then there are some actors who had to get laid off because now that we're bringing back the old actors from the Netflix show, those newer actors that were coming in, they're not here anymore, and that's unfortunate for them. But at least they got paid at the very least.
Yeah, of course.
That's my only thing about that, production-wise.
Yeah, it's like
I still kind of have hope for it though, because they're bringing back all the old actors. They're bringing back Punisher. I didn't know if he was going to return or not. John Berthel is a really good actor.
he's returning.
Yeah.
What do you think about them? What do you think about the opening scene with he was in prison with White Tiger?
Oh yeah, that's
Punisher's gonna have a prison fight scene.
Oh yeah, that definitely. Yeah, consider the actor passed away last year. So
yeah, the White Tiger actor passed away in December. Apparently, none of us knew that. So the thing is, like, my only thing about White Tiger, just to comment on that before we talk about the main stuff. White Tiger, he does die in the comics, but like it's my thing is like. So I kind of see where they're going for because I know White Tiger's story in the comic and how he dies in the comic as well. So it's like I can see them adapting that pretty well. I just wish that he was there longer before this happened, mainly because like White Tiger is actually Marvel's first Latino superhero, and I just wish he got to have some opportunity to be that before he had to go. But there's nothing you can really do about it.
So, but my whole thing is like, so if they cast him to where like he dies or like a prison or something, the White Tiger I knew. I don't know if you guys on Disney saw the was the daughter.
That's his sister actually.
Whatever. She was like a teenager. I thought it was his daughter. Whatever. But,
that's fair.
So they can swing that way. So.
No. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like Hector Ayala, that's the White Tiger. He was like the first one. Then his sister takes the role, and then his niece takes the role as well, Angela Del Toro. It's like I just wish there was like a little bit more time with him, then he dies, and then goes to his sister Ava. So that's my only thing, but it's not a criticism at all. That's just kind of
it's kind of like,
but it's not going to be that way. That kind of thing.
Luckily, I would say it wasn't like Charlie Cox or like what is it the Kingpin actor like how what happened in the Black Panther where it basically rewrite the entire script.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I agree with that.
Quickly, if you don't mind me asking, how did he die in the comics? If you don't like,
he was. I don't know if this will spoil because it does tie Daredevil into it, so it might spoil. It's not crazy though, because like, it's like he gets accused of a crime that he didn't do, and Matt is supposed to defend him in court. Then he gets killed anyways, and then he was proven innocent despite all that.
By the way, so I'll say this because they actually did that. They kind of did something like similar concept in Daredevil season 1. One of the main Daredevil side characters in the comics. That what's it called? The guy who hangs out with Karen Page and he got killed before he can report Kingpin. who's the character called again? I don't remember.
It's been a while.
It's called I know. I look it up first. The character is called. Oh, we found it. Ben Urich. They actually did that.
It's a little different.
Yeah, because I know because I say that's because the first season pulled that off and killed off a major character in the comics and did it well. So my thing will absolutely be the execution.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just knowing that the actor has already passed away, and then I know the story about what happens to White Tiger, especially in a Daredevil comic. Yeah, I can connect the dots there. But again, that's like I don't think it's going to be bad. It just all depends on execution. But yeah. But yeah, we can talk about the the more important stuff. So what did you think of the new trailer?
The action looks just as good. A bit. I know a big criticism was since it was coming to Disney Plus, will they keep it as gory and as like?
Yeah, they said it's going to be MA. So
yeah. So I saw him. What is it? He was beating that kid, that dude's skull with the nightstick. He fought that. It was when he was like, "Oh my god, what type of lawyer are you?" And he was like beating that. I guess those were assassins in like the apartment. That was hard. So I also saw the sit down he had with the Kingpin actor when he was all like, and he gave him the threat, and he said like, "Is that Matt Murdock threatening me, or is that the other guy?" Because that's like some shit that like people would say to Batman or something like that gave me chills. That scene is gonna be legendary. Like,
I'll say that I think they should calm down with Kingpin.
Yeah,
like
that's not gonna happen because
they're
going heavy with the Mayor Fisk.
No, to be honest, they should really do that. They should really just focus on fighting Banksy.
So I have a
yeah,
I think just like because I think they're setting up for another season. So if Kingpin is just like like so say whoever they're fighting, Daredevil things and like there's a power vacuum. Okay, Kingpin is always like an observer, like he's an intelligent enemy. So it's like he's a powerful, intelligent enemy. So I think
I think it's like go ahead.
Planting seeds for season 2. I think because they want to like have this as like because Daredevil was one of like Marvel's like best shows on Netflix. I think it is its best show on Netflix. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
I argue like forever, but
I'm like so I do agree to a degree. Like, yet Daredevil has some other cool villains that we don't have to just use Kingpin all the time. But I do understand why they're going with Kingpin because of like the familiarity with the Netflix show. I mean, Kingpin is still like a really good character. Don't get us wrong. So yeah, and it's like I don't think they're gonna rely on him so heavy because they do have Muse in the background as well. Muse is the basically he's a street artist, serial killer kind of thing.
Yeah, so I looked it up. So I'm gonna talk to you because they saw Muse. I saw his outfit. I look him up. He's a serial killer street artist that like kills people and uses their blood and organs to make art, which is weird as shit. Like Daredevil villains like being insane, but also like he's got advanced strength. He's like a assassin, so he has like hands. But I looked it up. I saw what was it? Imperceptibility. So like he can basically like take away all like your senses away like from when you're trying to detect him, right? So like if he was an assassin, like basically he makes himself imperceptible. So isn't that just kind of a hard counter there, Daredevil? You probably know him from the comics on. How does one compete, like, especially Daredevil, where the senses are his shit? He can't see this motherfucker. He cannot see this motherfucker. Like,
I don't know if you remember the episode where Daredevil was like kind of like struggling to find the hand.
Oh no, but he had to hear like
he had to hear the breathing.
Yeah, the breathing and
yeah.
There's like a similar thing as well.
And like the flinches and muscles and stuff.
Like you have to detect
so he does that with him.
Yeah, you just have to. He has to find a different way to detect him.
Other
things, it's like because like some of the things that Matt does is like he takes the stick and like hits it across, and like to kind of give a sense of the sonic waves of where things are bouncing off. That gives him a general idea of the area, and if there's like a blank space, that's probably a person that he can't detect with his radar. So it's like it's stuff like that. He has to make the contact himself.
So he'd have to make intelligent guesses, like, because I can't percept anything here, there must be something here.
Yeah.
I looked at the powers. It said his body acts as a vortex, which pulls in every amount of sensory information. So I just so obviously if Matt could see, he could see.
I do feel like they'll tone it down for the sake of live action. For the most part.
Of course they're not gonna have, like, you know, he's gonna paint people with the guts and shit. They just gotta be like, oh, he's gonna paint something.
He's probably just use bloods but not guts.
Yeah, that's basically that's the most I would figure they would do. It's like, you know, I just hope they just use Banksy as the villain for most of it instead of like, oh, Kingpin again.
So I got a question, like, you know Muse from the comics. Is he a good villain in the comics, or?
No, he's a good villain. He's a good villain.
Is he a main villain, or is he like a Victor Zsasz villain, where it's like I'm a villain, but it's not really, like, is he like a main villain?
There's a lot of similarities to Victor Zsasz. Are you saying, like, can he carry an entire scene?
Like any character, like, for example, I'm not watching a Batman show where the ending villain is like Victor Zsasz. Like, he's just like kind of a side, like, dude where they fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or is he Deathstroke? Because Deathstroke is also like that, but Deathstroke has like complexity to him. Like, so
I guess it's a little difficult to box him like that, because one of the biggest appeal to Muse is that he is like really insane. Like, he's kind of like, in terms of personality, it's kind of like Joker, but like with no humor to him. Like, he's like serious. Again, it kind of depends. I think that's kind of why they're putting Kingpin as well on the side, so that it's not just, because I do think like Muse could be too dark. That like if you focus on him only, it's going to be like too saturated in terms of his personality and everybody else. So I think that's why they're balancing Kingpin and Muse together.
Oh, all right, they have Bullseye as well.
And Bullseye. But
he's gonna be.
I heard he's only in there for like 2-3 episodes.
3 episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's like, but to be honest, if they made, it's like, I guess like Kingpin it could work. I hope they just gotta be like season 2 where they just like, oh, Kingpin is actually just doing shit in the background, and there's a lot of like fighting Muse and stuff.
Yeah. You know, Shaq, Daredevil, Catholic and all, still having sex.
Yeah.
I saw that online. Somebody said one thing about Matt Murdock is he's a whore. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been toned down recently, but like, yeah, in a lot of the 70s and 80s, like, yeah, he used to fuck a lot.
Yeah. Oh, right. There's also Buck Cashway in the show, and also an evil character called no, not that one. I remember there's another villain in the show as well. Yeah, I can't find the name for some reason. Basically, just an evil cop.
Oh, you're talking about the Punisher, the fake Punisher.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like, I don't know if you remember, Shaq, in the beginning of the trailer, there was like some guy who looks like a cop, but he's kind of aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was like, they were saying he was supposed to play a fake Punisher, essentially. Like, he's like a Punisher wannabe.
Is it the same guy? Because I remember didn't in what is it? It was one of the seasons of Daredevil. Wasn't Punisher getting accused of shit he didn't do or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Is it that same guy?
I don't know if it's the same guy, but it's like somebody who's inspired by.
Okay.
It's a different character. It's Cole North. Cole North is not in the last 2 shows.
Yeah.
But it's like that.
Yeah.
It was the guy that was doing stuff under Punisher, and they tried to claim, and then Frank just kind of like took it and said he did it even though he didn't do it or something like that. Like.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunate they didn't have any other cast from Punisher back. Because Punisher's probably gotta deal with the Mule situation because they're both really psychopathic. Well, I mean,
there's also not a lot of hope for what's going on with Foggy and Karen.
Don't get me wrong. The showrunner for Born Again is the one that runs Punisher, which they basically make Punisher a different character. It's like they basically make him like the Wolverine. Instead of
I liked Punisher a lot more when he was in the Daredevil show. He's fine in his own show. I just liked him better in the Daredevil show.
They kind of reset him every season. So
yeah, I think he'll be fine here. I don't think Punisher's going to have too much screen time, if I were to guess.
I mean, they brought John Bernthal on stage, and he said, "I can't believe I'm back for the thing," and this, that, and the thing. I'm assuming he's going to have a large role.
Yeah.
Oh, to be honest, I think so as well. I think the people who doesn't have a large role is the Daredevil side characters.
Yeah, because why would you bring him on stage? Like that's like kind of nasty. It was kind of like this with Infinity War, where they put like Chadwick Boseman and the Black Panther on the thing, but they're only there for the last fight. Like, I would be mad if like this. I would be mad if like this character or whatever, like was called I Love, and everybody loves, and I'm bringing him on stage at D23 Expo, and he's like in an episode and a half. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not saying like an episode and a half. I just don't think he's going to be an all. Like, I don't think he's going to be like a side, like the secondary character or anything like that. I think that's fair enough to say.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, to be honest, I think
if I were to guess, maybe 4 or 5 episodes. 5 out of 12 is still a lot.
Yeah, I think the show is gonna be more. The season's got more be. It's gonna be about who's Muse. They gotta figure out who's Muse is.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that it's still like kind of like a teaser in that sense. Like you're just kind of getting the feel that they're going heavy in the action, but they're also just bringing back. I'm a really damn good lawyer, so yeah.
I hope they do it well. I mean, he's gonna have a new girlfriend. I'm glad they kept her on the. I'm glad they kept Margarita on the show. To be honest.
Yeah, I just don't like the character they chose. I just hope it's not comic accurate, because Heather Graham has a lot of problems to her.
You said who's not comic accurate?
I'm just hoping that the love interest Heather Graham is not comic accurate, because
you gotta tell me now, because I'm not on them Daredevil comics like you. So I'm like what she be hoeing?
No,
no, she's a hoe in the show though. They literally show her sexiest in the trailer.
Oh, she's a hoe in the show, but no, I mean it's more like it's a little complicated, because like some of it had to do with Foggy and Black Widow. Black Widow was actually Daredevil's like love interest for a while, actually. So there was like he had a relationship with Heather Graham, and then it got to a point where she learns the secret of Daredevil is Matt Murdock, and she gets like really upset about it. In terms of like, and like there's this whole thing with her and her father, because her father was like a evil guy, but he got killed in some action. And then she got really depressed on that, having to keep Matt's secret.
Wait! Is this another is this another Invincible shit?
Well, I mean, so the thing is, like, she commits suicide because of all this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it like how Mark was with his girl, Amber? It's another another Amber Invincible thing. But
no, well,
obviously
technically no, because obviously she commits suicide.
Yeah, obviously a little darker, but
yeah. No, I don't know how they're going to go about it, so I'll just give it the benefit of the doubt.
Did she like try to blame Matt for like him not telling her or something?
So it's a mix of hating Daredevil and then hating Matt for being Daredevil. It was kind of two things there.
Yeah, does she blame Daredevil for her father's death?
Yes.
Did Matt kill him?
Well, it was his actions that got him killed, because he was a bad guy. So she's the daughter of a bad guy. So
did Matt kill? No, so answer, did Matt kill him? I know he's a bad guy. Did Matt kill him?
I mean, no, he technically didn't kill him. It's just like, but his actions is what got him killed.
Okay, so he got killed by somebody else, but he was just doing illegal shit.
Yeah, and Matt was there that caused the accident to happen in that sense.
Okay, so did
I mean, we're arguing about why she committed suicide.
no, I'm just does she know that? Or
So she was also told to keep Matt's identity a secret as well. So there was but that's the stuff that's why I was just hoping, like, I hope it's not comic accurate.
I don't think they're gonna do that, but it's like because that would be very dark for one of your first TV shows to have like a suicide in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Did Mark ever tell her the truth of what happened with her father, or did she just assume that he just died because at an accident? Like, did she ever tell your dad was a bad dude doing crazy shit? He got hit by the straight bullet because he was trying to sell like stuff like that. I'm not saying he was doing that, but like, did he ever say
actually, I think that they did a suicide thing there that was in the free with Agent Nadine.
Yeah.
Because as smart as Matt is, he be messing with these women, bro.
No, that is very true.
He's I think he's legit, like, on the level of almost being a genius. But it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it's like the same with Batman. Batman don't know what the only person.
Spider-Man
2.
Yeah.
Nightwing shit is kind of weird but like Nightwing is at least decent with his women. So.
Yeah. I don't see the casting for Heather's dad. So oh well. So I don't think so.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of the problem because, like, you also bring back Karen and Foggy,
and
all that stuff. So it's kind of a big cast as well. People are gonna die in the show for sure.
They might be setting it up maybe for seasons down the line. I don't think she's dying in the first season.
I don't expect it either.
Because
whether she dies or not, it's like I don't know if that's true either.
The thing is, I think they might be doing this. It might be just become now because in order for us to care about a character's death, first of all we don't know who she is. We have to be established to her. We have to see, oh my God, this is Matt's love interest. Oh my God, he's so happy with her. Oh my God, this, that, and the third. And then just see it's like the relationship slowly go to shit. Like that's what it would be like. And then like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So
yeah, say that's like you could do that. If you guys seen Andor, it's a lot of dark shit. About killings, suicide. It's like there's killing, rebellion. Tackling dark themes and stuff. When it comes to like how does the politics and rebellion affect each character? They could theoretically do that. So it's like, yeah, I just need to see, and they do have a runtime to do so. So it's just like, hopefully they do so. If they kill her off, I hope they kill her off well.
Yeah, I do think Shaq is right in that sense. I don't. If I were to expect anything, I don't expect her to die in this season. But it's kind of the problem with having Karen there too, because like there's not a lot of confidence in that those two are gonna live.
Yeah,
Karen does die in the comics, so there's that. But the rumor is like Foggy is also tied into this too. Foggy, Matt's best friend. I really hope that's not true.
No, I don't. I mean, I know that. I know how Karen died in the comics by drug overdosing. And also the fact that in the season 3 arc, it's Karen is the one supposed to die, not the priest.
Yeah, that was the twist from Born Again, which is kind of my other thing too. Is like this is called Born Again, but season 3 pretty much is an adaptation of Born Again. So
no, I mean, I think that comment said that's what the title what the title should be. Oh boy, Daredevil, that one.
I saw another thing that people were excited about in one of the scenes that was leaked. They showed his helmet, like the all black Daredevil helmet with the red eyes. Does that signify something? Like, is it like when he goes darker or something like that in the comics?
I don't know. He has a bunch of.
So the black people were talking like, oh my God, the black mask, he's coming or some shit. I don't know. Like it was like the black mask, and then somebody leaked the picture from the comics with like a black mask with a full black outfit and like.
I don't know. It's just aesthetic. I mean, he had a white helmet too. There as well on that.
Well, it doesn't symbolize. I'm just asking. Sometimes comic change. What is it? Costume changes mean like I'm happy now. I'm sad now. I'm taking no prisoners. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these are all aesthetic choices. Yeah, the white helmet is also comic accurate to a different suit that he wears. That's all white. He has a yellow one. He has the black one. So yeah, they're just they're just references.
Well, people just like the black suit, I guess.
Yeah, no, it is a really good suit, to be fair. So by the way, do you guys remember that?
I don't think we see Matt in the suit though, right? In this trailer.
No, we don't. I don't think we see him in the suit. They just saw the helmet to the suit.
We saw the helmets, and then we saw Matt Murdock mostly.
And then I think I saw him in the suit because didn't somebody get hit with a baton? I think I saw somebody get hit with a baton.
Yeah, I mean, and also there's a lot of fight scene with not Daredevil, Matt Murdock. So he's not even doing a lot.
Yeah, there was quite a few fight scenes with Matt himself.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself exposed if you have that many fight scenes. And by the way, fuck, do you guys remember the one character returned from Miss Marvel?
Yeah, that guy.
So
I get it for the sake of showing that it is canon with the MCU. So that's fine. That's fine. I don't really mind it. I just wish use the mom actor instead of him
or the brother.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, now I just like, oh fuck, you literally got access to a superhero if anything happened to you. Ignoring the other offense.
The only thing I can say is like he's confused what's going on. Doesn't actually reveal he's a superhero. Just I'm a really damn good lawyer.
Yeah.
But they really should have either recasted him or I just use one of the two that are not controversial. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's a shame because I think he's the best character in the show, in the Miss Marvel show. That's a really low bar, by the way.
Now it's the priest by default. The imam, yeah. So yeah, any other thoughts, Shaq, on the Daredevil trailer?
Oh no, I'm just excited for it.
Yeah.
Do we know when it's supposed to drop, or is it
just 2025? Not
March.
I saw March 2025. So
yeah, I mean, not too far away.
That and March Madness. My March is looking up.
Yep. That's
because on another note, but
go ahead.
The Cooper Flag is like supposed to be the next one. He plays for Duke, so we'll see how good he is. But
right.
Yeah, they also have BB Urch, by the way. You know, the not the daughter, the cousin, what's it called? I don't know how to describe. The daughter of his brother or something.
You mean the niece?
Yeah, the niece.
Oh, Yurik's niece is also
Yeah, so
that's just. I don't think she was in the trailer, but that was just a casting.
Apparently they do. He does have a niece in the comics, but she just never appear on screen, but appear in the comics.
Yeah, it was more like we hear about her, just never really seen her. I think it's okay. Introducing her here. I mean, what can you really do with a niece?
Yeah, it's fine.
And all that. So yeah, but yeah. In terms of the trailer, it looks pretty good. I mean, at least they're going for a direction now. Like they're choosing to fully commit to let's make the MCU and Netflix stuff canon to each other. Now, I mean, I think it might cause some questions between products, like how does the Netflix MCU stuff fit with the MCU? I mean, that's been a debate for a long time. So that will kind of reintroduce that debate again now that this stuff is like becoming more and more true. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, in terms of, it's got pretty tone. But yeah, I mean, obviously I'll have to see more, but yeah, it's a pretty good trailer.
I mean, I hopefully it's not too bad. So it's like, that's what I hope for. I hope the show is not too bad. But yeah, I just don't really have much hope.
We'll wait and see. So Shaq, is there Any other D23 stuff you wanted to talk about?
I mean, stuff got. I know. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it called?
The Agatha show or something.
You said what?
The Agatha show.
Oh, I don't care about that. What is it? X-Men 97. God, I think it's getting renewed. I think it got renewed for season 2 or 3. So
yeah, we can talk about that.
I mean, it's just they just said that more of it's coming. Like this is. We already knew it got renewed for season 2. It got renewed for season 3. So it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna look for D23, see if anything else drops because maybe we missed up.
They also announced that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
Oh yeah,
what do you think about that show, Sam? As a
all right, I don't really have any interest.
I'm not really interested, to be honest.
I mean, they announced the casting.
I like the animation, how it looks like it's going for like a complete comic style, Steve Ditko era kind of art style. But I don't know. It's just like,
what if it's giving spectacular Spider-Man vibes? Like, what if it's that good?
We'll see. I mean, I'm not really feeling the part that, Doctor Strange and Venom just fight across a portal, and then all of a sudden a spider lands on Peter's hand and bites his hand. That's how the spider bite happens.
Oh, there was a live action Snow White, and a lot of people were mad because Gal Gadot is playing the evil queen, and because of the whole Israel Palestine stuff.
I have bigger problems.
I think the bigger talking point is just how goofy the dwarves look.
I mean, they my whole thing is they're legit dwarves. Like they couldn't actually cast dwarves.
Yeah, the problem is like Peter Dinklage had an issue with that.
Casting dwarves they're called dwarves in the movie. What do you like? This is your role. I understand like he doesn't want to be like just casting those type of roles. He wants to be able to do other roles because he's a good actor. But like getting typecasted is how a lot of people get their first like spots in Hollywood.
Yeah, the seven dwarves are just not. I mean, they all have different personalities, so it's like you don't have to play one particular one. You could pick. But yeah, I don't know that backlash is kind of what led to the whole let's make them all CGI so that we don't offend anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really ass.
Wait, that backlash is making them all CGI, but having Gal Gadot as the evil queen and people hate her because she's from Israel, like that. Okay, so that's one battle, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, did y'all talk about Zootopia too?
Oh,
we kind of did, but like they didn't really reveal too much. Just that Ke Quan is going to play.
Oh yeah,
the snake character villain, I think. And that they're going to introduce some aquatic animals.
Yeah. Just before that.
Did you see the Dead Mule versus Wolverine or some shit like that? Like that shit was nice.
That was a funny poster, but it's just Wolverine is an animal already.
Yeah. I mean, right before I watch, I see the announcement. I was watching a review of Zootopia, like a 2-hour review of Zootopia. There's a lot of problems apparently that I forgot about.
I enjoyed Zootopia.
Yeah, I did. No. I never really saw it.
Oh no! The reviewer said, because why does people love Zootopia? Because the humor is amazing, not everything else.
The Avatar at Fire and Ash.
Yeah,
I didn't see Way of the Water. Is Way of the Water good?
No.
Okay. I didn't see it. The original Avatar was good. That side.
Yeah. So I just gotta say this. So imagine you have a juice that would make you immortal. How much do you think that costs?
It'd be like a juice that you said a juice that makes you immortal.
Yeah.
Probably like extremely expensive, like because it's like it makes you immortal.
Yeah. How much do you think that would cost? And that's quite rare.
It'd be like extremely expensive. Whatever, it would be extremely expensive.
So you think like billions, trillions, or something?
Billions, something like that. Millions, billions, whatever.
Oh, apparently the movie size is 8 million.
8 million.
Yeah.
There was Johnny. I saw backlash. The Fantastic Four got leaked in the Johnny Storm suit.
Okay, I guess we could talk about the Fantastic Four. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
It wasn't like a trailer. It was just like them sitting down, and people were talking about how.
There was a teaser. There was a teaser.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Well, I didn't see the Johnny Storm suit. Is the Johnny Storm suit that bad?
I personally. Okay, so there's the problem is like we kind of have back and forths on. I personally didn't like it. I think there's too much white on the sleeves. I think it would look better with the ratios of blue to white. But it's not that bad.
For me, it's just kind of whatever. It's like, that's a suit. It's like, I mean, I've seen the trailer. So, by the way, they only filmed 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they only have CGI stuff that doesn't involve any actors. So, so you're gonna expect how much they could use as footage. Barely anything.
So
yeah.
Drew and Kareem want to know the channel. What channel is this? So I can get to.
This channel or podcast channel?
Or I guess they want to come in or something, or like give a view or something like that, or.
Sure. Feel free. Do you want me to send you the link or something?
Yeah, just send me the link. Yeah.
The StreamYard link or?
Just the YouTube link. Just the YouTube link.
Sure. The channel link. Okay.
The channel link. Yeah.
I mean, if they want to come here, I don't mind.
I mean, it's straight. I just think they want to support, like, show love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
So just drop the link in the private chat, and I'll just give it to them on Discord.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
My take on the Fantastic Four trailer. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like some of that stuff is gonna be probably not in the final cut because it is just only 2 weeks of filming.
And it's like so all they have that scenes that doesn't require a lot of CGI. If they have CGI, that they don't have actors. So basically, just the establishing shots, something.
There are some few character interaction scenes too. It's like I don't know. I really don't like Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. I've not been very subtle in my feelings on that.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's one of your favorite characters, right? That's it.
I like Reed. But yeah, I just think Pedro is everywhere.
No, his favorite character is probably Dr. Doom.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal, we're gonna talk about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
I feel like everything has died with the Mando. So
yeah,
I think after season 3, especially.
Oh yeah, I'm so bored of that.
It was like what was selling Disney Plus. It was like the best show on
It
Disney
used
Plus.
to be the thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a low bar to be honest. I think that's the only show on Disney Plus before that.
WandaVision was one. I liked WandaVision. WandaVision was okay.
I mean the fact that it's like the only show they have on Disney Plus is Mandalorian, which is in 2019. That's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't have any other Marvel shows and stuff.
At that time, yeah. I don't know. I just the only news that they revealed is that Zeb is going to be in Mando and Grogu.
Fuck off. I mean, give me the character from Rebels, who is.
Hello, Cordell.
What's good, Cordell?
Yep.
We're not doing face cams, but this one.
Yeah, it's fine. What was I saying?
Oh, Zeb is going to be in Mando and Grogu.
Oh, right. So the character from Rebels is going to be in a Mando and Grogu show and stuff. The show that his friends are. The Ahsoka show. What the fuck?
The one character from Ahsoka is not.
I'm not gonna lie. If you want to do a live action Star Wars, why don't you do a live action Star Wars? Oh, what's good, Trikage? Why don't you do it around fucking Rebels? Why don't you make the story around Ezra and not this other shit? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all probably already talked about it, but I tried to watch because I'm not an hater. I tried to watch the act like that shit is ass. But
no, yeah, it's the worst Star Wars show.
And then you know what's mad? People are coping like, oh my god, you don't like that there's 2 lesbians that make a baby with magic, and you don't like this woman being what? This show is just ass. It doesn't have
Damn, this channel is back. That's crazy.
Yeah,
blast from the past.
Yeah.
No, Ezra is not ass. Don't do that. Don't play. Ezra got hard. Ezra is not ass. But all that's probably Kareem's hating. But my whole thing is, there are definitely people that don't like Acolyte because of the women and the lesbians and the making the woman a main character and her being strong. There are definitely people that are like that. I don't care. The show is just not good. This show is just not good.
Mate. I mean, there's a lesbian couple that is good in Andor, so we all love lesbians if it's done well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always the logic is always weird when it comes to backlash on that sense. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll just rather watch that. I mean, to be honest, the only thing I care about is Andor season 2 when it comes to Star Wars.
Oh, I haven't. Is Andor season 1 really good? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's the best Star Wars show easily, and
is
the
it
best
better
thing.
than Mandalorian season 1 and 2?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Andor is like really, really good. It's like it's kind of absurd how different it is compared to the rest of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it's here's the thing, Andor. It's a lot of inner conflicts about with characters and how rebellions and stuff.
It's good to see you too, Cordell.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
Yep. So yeah, go watch Andor because it deals with a lot of the politics of the Empire and the rebels, like how they function from the inside, how people are changed by it, and what do they need to do in order to create the rebellion and the Empire. It's a lot of like the world building and philosophical stuff. So I recommend everyone just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in terms of Andor season 2, I think a few notes that they gave at D23 was, it's going to span over 4 years. You're going to have some of your characters from Rogue One come back as well, like Krennic,
and
the KSI, K2SO, droid, and one other character.
No, I think that's Forrest Whitaker, but he's already in season 1 though.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I got George. That's just what I'm gonna do for another drink. But how do y'all feel? Did you see the Red Hulk? Because Harrison Ford's Red Hulk. What'd you think of that? Like, I didn't really see it. Like, we got the trailer, and then we got what Red Hulk, like Harrison Ford. What'd you think of that for General Ross, Thunderbolt Ross?
It looks like a character from PS4.
Yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that it is from a leak, like that we're watching it through somebody else's camera.
No. Here's the thing: if it looks worse in someone's camera, it's gonna look even worse in the HD camera, in HD on screen. Because here's the thing: when it comes to filming, if you film, no, okay, I'm just gonna explain it. Because if a phone camera is supposed to give you less details when it comes to like graphics and stuff. So if something that gives you less detail and it's filming it on screen, it's actually gonna help you with the CGI compared when you see on screen with HD. So yeah, if it looks if it doesn't look good on a shitty
I see you guys. All right, I see you guys, but this is Soham and Unity's. I'm just a guest. I can't like just like I see all you guys in the chat. I've given my opinions when I've been asked to give my opinions, but this is Soham and Unity, so I can't like just take over the show and answer questions in the chat. Like I don't like.
Hey, we appreciate the engagement, guys.
Don't worry about it. Just say it if you want us to say something.
No, it's fine. Kwame, and obviously some of these are Unity just basketball references. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. My thing about the Cap 4 trailer, it clearly looks like that they're going for like a. There's a lot of heavy reliance on Harrison Ford. In general,
he's a great actor, though. I think
he's a great actor. I don't like how it got to a point where we had to recast him because William Hurt passed away, but then we can't recast.
But my whole thing is Black Panther. That's the whole thing. If you want comic accurate actors and you want old white men to play old white men villains, they're gonna die. Like it just is what it like they're gonna die.
I mean, I get that. I still think Black Panther should have been recast. I still stand by that.
No, if you don't know that Chadwick Boseman's family said recast. Because he said Chadwick Boseman thinks the character is bigger than himself.
Yeah, and honestly, like I feel like Black Wakanda Forever is kind of fine because you kind of have to look at the film as like accepting that Black Panther's gone. But like, how many people actually want to see moving forward with Shuri? not many people, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a film that kind of works in isolation if you just keep it like that. But knowing that this is a cinematic universe, people are not really that interested in seeing what is the next chapter of this part.
I think it also, because me and Kareem were talking about this, I think it also kind of shafted the next stages of the Avengers, because the next stages of the Avengers, I'm pretty sure Black Panther was supposed to be one of the leaders on that team, and now like they can switch it to Shuri, and it's like niggas don't really care about Shuri, so it's like
that's crazy.
I mean, they don't care about Shuri. It is what it is.
No, it's very.
Oh, they're saying my pocket. Oh my god,
that's crazy.
They're just troll. I don't know who that is. It's either Kareem or Drew hating. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do
you call it?
Oh yeah, Trikage has thoughts on the Doctor Doom announcement.
After I see the announcement, I made a video about it.
Yeah, I also made a video about it. I hate it a lot.
You don't like Robert Downey Jr. as he wears a mask, so we don't have to see Robert Downey Jr. As long as he is a good actor, he could do an accent.
We know he's gonna.
He's gonna be good.
Off. We know he's gonna take the mask off.
I know he's gonna be a good Doctor Doom. But I also know that Marvel is really desperate right now. That's
okay. But as comic fans, do y'all want I think I'd much rather have an accurate representation of Doctor Doom. As long because he does an accent, so we don't. As long as his accent is good, because.
Okay. So, in this context, Doctor Doom is like Romani, so he's a different ethnicity altogether.
Yeah.
So that's one, and two. I feel like casting like Doctor Doom is like the guy. Like if you were to argue for best villains ever in comics, Doctor Doom is like up there in terms of like aura, in terms of like general being a villain and all that. He's just really, really good. And I feel like having his first appearance be what seems to be like a Tony Stark variant is kind of lame. It kind of diminishes Doctor Doom, in my opinion, because like you're putting a focus on a variant and not the Doctor Doom.
Oh, is that what they said it was going to be? I thought they were just going to have Tony.
Yeah.
It's a.
He's from a different universe, so it's not.
I thought it was just there. So what if they just did it to where it's Doctor Doom, but they're just having Robert Downey Jr. play the character?
See, my other problem too is like, why not just make him Superior Iron Man or like clearly an Iron Man variant character? That's kind of my thing. Is like I feel like with Doctor Doom is like you're giving a prop up to somebody else rather than I don't know. That's always been my problem too. It's like using a Comic-Con to reveal who's going to be the actor under the mask, because people are always going to disagree as who should be cast in the role. I would have, if they're going to cast a white actor, I'd rather it just be somebody else. In my opinion, my
whole thing was I misinterpreted. I thought he was just being the actor who was still going to be Doctor Doom. But if it's Iron Man variant that becomes Doctor Doom, that's very stupid. Because my whole thing is if it's Robert Downey Jr. doing Doctor Doom, who is Doctor Doom, I think he can do it. Do you guys know about the movie Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Yes.
He played a black man.
Yeah.
He did a black accent, and no one cared because he was so funny and he was into the character. I feel like him, now his dialect coach has to be on his P's and Q's. But I feel like if you give Robert Downey Jr., because he also did Sherlock Holmes amazing, like he can get into the mind of a character, especially somebody as complex as Doctor Doom. I feel like he could do it. But this being a fucking Iron Man variant, I did not know about that. That's my fault, guys.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Cordell.
See ya. Yeah, don't worry. That's kind of the thing. And by the way, they almost have Robert Downey Jr. If in Deadpool and Wolverine, if not the fact that they announced him as Doctor Doom for some reason.
Thanks, man. Yeah. That's kind of been my whole thing. Is like, I feel like it's like, oh, but don't worry, guys, the real Doctor Doom is out there. That's kind of lame though, because like I feel like you should see the real one and then talk about variants. I don't really like this whole concept of like, let's focus on the variant first and then bring the real one in later. That kind of loses aura in my opinion.
My whole thing is, what the fuck are they angling for? Because if it's a fucking because the Fantastic Four, I know you guys don't like the casting, but
I like 3 of them. I just don't like one of them.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Same thing. You know, these are the actual Fantastic Four. These are the mainline Fantastic Four people, right? So why are you having the mainline Fantastic Four and their villain isn't even their mainline villain? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that logic.
Especially you can structure the rest of the because we were going to do King.
The biggest problem is that Kang Dynasty had to get dropped out because of what Jonathan Majors did. Whether you are on the side of it or not, it doesn't really matter. He's got fired and all that stuff. You got to do what you got to do. But I find it dumb that they just could not recast this character. I mean, they say all the time that, it's because of people just didn't like him in Quantumania. You mean that movie where he didn't have to be in there at all? Like there was no reason Kang had to be there. And the way he died was pathetic. I mean, that's where it got people to not care about him anymore. And this was Kevin Feige's idea.
I mean, they could just not have him be defeated by ants. Just saying.
So the whole thing. And Kareem said this jokingly. He's like, no, he was so hyped for Kang, but the fact that Kang got beat by Kang is supposed to be like the Thanos. Yes. The fact that Kang got beat by, I'm not gonna say ants, but let's say Ant-Man and the Wasp, and even Ant-Man and the Wasp are strong. It should be like the whole team needs to beat this nigga. Or beat this guy. It shouldn't be like two Avengers. It's not even Hulk and Thor. So if it was Hulk and Thor, we could okay, but it's not even them. It's not even the strongest Avengers. It's not Wanda. It's not it's not Doctor Strange. It's very nasty.
I agree. I just even from a casual perspective, it's you're putting a lot of stock on this character who is supposed to be. I mean, obviously, there's a big difference with him and Thanos now. It's where they were trying to intertwine him in stories throughout the saga, so that you know Kang and his variants throughout Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 6. So that's clearly what they were going for with Loki, and then both Loki seasons, and then also here with Quantumania, and there were rumors that they were going to add more variants in different projects here and there. So they clearly had some idea of what to do with it. Now, whether it was executed well or not, I don't know about that. But there was definitely a plan. But because of what happened in that court trial and how he was found guilty and all that stuff, and then Marvel, within the hour, they just fired the guy, and now the character's written out. The character's just completely restructured, and now Doctor Doom is going to be the villain of the 5th film, where they pretty much said flat out, they're we're gonna basically we're gonna end the Kang storyline in Avengers Doomsday. So it's and Doctor Doom is a character that you need a whole saga to build that guy up, because it's very evident to me that they're going to do Secret Wars where Doctor Doom was God in that iteration.
That's when he ripped Thanos' spine out, right?
God Beyonder, God Emperor Doom. That's but the thing is that's something that's worth 60 years of comic storytelling that got him to that point. And it's you have to reduce that down to a fraction of it, because it's Avengers 5 and then Avengers 6. That's all he has, and then the little movies that are there here and there. But there's no time for him to do that. And at the same time, it's not even Doctor Doom, it's a variant. So it's
yeah. I don't know if you remember. So this is kind of because we're kind of at the end of the stream. It's kind of random. You remember when we had that conversation on Instagram chat or whatever, and I talked about what is it the Midnight Suns. Right. Did you hear that in Ironheart? Apparently, Mephisto's going to be in Ironheart, and they're working on the Midnight Suns project. How do you feel about that?
Fuck! We have to talk about Ironheart.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like Ironheart, but apparently Mephisto was going to be in Ironheart. So, they're obviously setting up for Midnight.
There wasn't that much to say from the trailer.
No, it's. I mean, they just offer a reason for why Sherry. It's not Sherry. Fuck that. Riri. It's kicked out because she steals stuff from university. I mean, it's yeah, and she skipped school, skip classes, all of them. I was yeah, of course. What do you expect?
I don't really care about. I'm more because Soham knows we had this debate and he didn't think of it. What do you think about them?
I fully feel like Midnight Suns is completely a thing that was probably thought up by Marvel Studios because of how many people were fan theorizing it online through Twitter and Instagram.
If I'm being honest, I just like if you can do it well, it's like just do it. If you can't, just don't even bother.
I remember when me and someone, you remember we were watching WandaVision and we kept on trying to say stuff in the Incident Queens meant Mephisto, but it didn't mean Mephisto, and it was Agatha.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the Agatha show, Agatha is getting controlled by Mephisto, because that would be so stupid. Like, it better not just be Agatha, bro.
Oh yeah, to be honest, we should probably just watch that trailer if you want to theorize that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but
yeah.
What's up, Kareem? I don't know if you you lost the altar of Trikage or W podcast, but all right, it was good to see you too, Kareem.
Kareem, Midnight Suns is basically like a cast of like all the they're monsters. So Blade,
Monster Hunter,
Monster Hunter, Blade, Daredevil's even been it, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, and they fight like supernatural villains. So they fight Mephisto, who is the devil, stuff like that. Like, it's like a darker Avengers team. Like, it's like a darker team up. So
it's like, it's not that I don't have an issue with it per se. I don't really see like because some of the other problem too is like some of the characters have just been stalemate for a long time. Like, for example, Moon Knight, we haven't really seen him since Moon Knight. So, and then you're just gonna introduce Midnight Sun, and then like he's just there again.
The thing is, are we not getting the second season of Moon Knight, or is it getting canceled?
I'm not sure.
They haven't said anything about it.
By the way, they almost did Midnight Sun with not the Disney Plus MCU, the other MCU stuff in Hulu with Hellstrom and the Ghost Rider from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Oh yeah. By the way, the Ghost Rider and the Sons of what's it called? It's like what's it called?
Sons of
Satan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is and yeah. By the way, Satan is on Earth. I don't think they got to address that. in Hellstrom, I've seen the entire Hellstrom show.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be boring for the viewers. So sorry about that.
My whole thing is when they were in Darker Projects, did you guys see Werewolf by Night?
Oh yeah.
That was really good, and they also introduced Elsa Bloodstone, Man Thing. Like, that was really good. I don't know why. Now it was more or less like a Halloween type of like one-off shit, but I really enjoyed Werewolf by Night.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best things in Phase 4.
Yeah. So we're watching that Agatha trailer just to.
Everything. The Covenless Witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
Nice.
Probably just pause here.
What really happened to you?
In case of copyright. So I'm just gonna say this is basically a parody of like what's it called? The Kate Winslet show. Fuck. It's like
Mayor by Easttown.
Yeah, that's one. Nearby is Easttown. If you didn't know that, I don't know why do they parody it, because no one talks about that anymore.
I think it was the same year WandaVision was like up against it for best limited series or for an Emmy.
Yeah.
So I think it's a meta reason, but yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, WandaVision had like charm. I don't like her as a character, so it's like.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Agatha clearly has a spinoff because people just like Catherine Hahn, and that's nothing else.
Also, I also heard that they cast Wiccan is in the show, and they wanted because apparently Wiccan was a whole. They put Wiccan in the show. I don't think Wanda's in the show, but they put Wiccan in the show because he's gay. Like
yeah. Basically, yeah. To be honest,
so there's a few things. Wiccan is a young Avenger. There is some inkling of an understanding that they are trying to do the Young Avengers and all that. I don't mind. I like the Young Avengers as characters. I just don't think the MCU has done a really good job of introducing them. The only ones that really have any semblance of character is really Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel,
but I think
Cassie to a degree. But yeah,
I think they soft launched with Kamala Khan and like the Marvels, but people hate her. So so it's like
I think people liked Miss Marvel in the Marvels for the most part.
No, because they like the actress. I don't.
But they just like the actress, not really the character.
Yeah, I mean, Kate Bishop is literally just overshadows her. If you come to compare writing.
People didn't like her in the show. People like the fact that she actually knew comics and knew stuff about the comics. Like they like the nerd
really
people. Like
people just like her. Yeah.
The nerdy people were like, "Oh my god, she knows all this stuff. She knows this issue." Like, but people didn't. I saw stuff.
616. It's one.
I mean, I think she's really smart when it comes to interview. When people actually ask her, well, what do you think of the movie not doing well? I was like, oh, that's not my problem. That's Kevin Feige's problem. I think I enjoy doing the movie. I was like, oh, smart response.
Yeah. Hello, Iman.
When people were talking
we're
about
big fans of
her, Kamala Khan is annoying. People don't like. I didn't like her. They like her as a person, like outside of the acting stuff, because she's like they people relate to her because she knows all the comic stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she's like that bad. I just think she's kind of boring. In terms of the show, like her characterization in the show, I don't think she's like an awful person.
I think they were trying to. The thing is, Disney through Marvel, they were trying to push more diversity. What do you think of like the whole like the cultural stuff, like the?
Honestly, the problem for me is like Miss Marvel was doing fine until they made her go to Pakistan. I think that really dropped the show in terms of like, because like she's just going back and forth, and then there's like this villain subplot that also has to travel around country to country when they really didn't have to. And then the final battle, and then apparently there's like a tunnel that goes underground in Pakistan that can take somewhere else. There's too much going on. I like the first 3 episodes for the most part, but then the last 3 episodes were just all over the place.
A big one thing I didn't like. What'd you think about them like changing the source of her powers and like the little energy based powers instead of like the inhuman based powers? Like,
I
think it's very clear that. Go ahead, Unity.
I'm gonna say this because they retcon a lot of things in the Marvels. When it comes to like how does the bangle work? It's like, oh my god, they literally introduce a lot of things when it comes to mutant stuff. It's just like, okay, that the mutant stuff doesn't even make sense anymore because anyone can just use the bangle. It's like it's a lot of like retcons and stuff. So I didn't see them.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. So the problem with the mutant thing in general is like. So the reason why they made her a mutant is because they wanted to make it so that because her brother asked like, what if I wear the bangle, but he can't have the powers work, and they don't want him to have the powers. Essentially, is what they're saying. Oh, and that's because Kamala has a mutation that makes her special, but not her brother, despite being of the same pedigree.
Same lineage.
If you go now, it's bullshit. If you go by the Marvel, so it's like, oh, you can actually use anyone can use the bangle. I was like, oh, you can just.
And I hated that when it was revealed in the Marvels too. In Miss Marvel episode 6 as well. So
yeah, don't worry. That's one of the many problems when it comes to how the bangle is introduced in the Marvels. They are like
But to go back to Shaq's original question, like the power change itself, it's very clear that they wanted Reed Richards to be the first stretchy person and not Miss Marvel, so they needed to figure out a way to do something that's somewhat similar but not exactly the same. So like that's
my whole thing is my whole thing is the biggest thing is no one when we first started making movies I think someone told me this that like Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, like no one like. These were not popular characters. Like these wasn't the Spider-Mans. These weren't the Daredevil. Like these weren't the characters that people loved. But people grew to love them because they built a story that made sense and they didn't force anything. They just kind of built their characters out. Why are they not doing this now? It's like we need specific stuff because everybody loves Mr. Fantastic and we need it. Like why are you doing like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're changing a lot of shit because they want to fit some type of thing because they want to appease stuff instead of just worrying about making good things. Because I feel like. The biggest thing is when they put something out, right? Because social media has become since the original Avengers, Iron Man, whatever came out. Social media has become a big thing. So let's say they announce they have a thing for a movie that makes sense, and they get a lot of backlash, right? They want to appease fucking like comic book fans. So, but in order to appease comic book fans, you need years and years of like grafting and like storyboarding like stuff to make sense with the comics. So I think it would just be better that if you just put out good products.
Yeah.
The comic events, even like, oh, so maybe this isn't what I thought it was, but it's still good. Like there are gonna be still people that are gonna hate, but it's like I feel like they keep on like folding under pressure to make certain things. Like why it doesn't power system just because you didn't want to use stretchy because you wanted Mr. Fantastic to do that shit. Like they just like
at that point just put her later or something like that.
Or just have it and just have them both be stretchy people. He still would be the smartest man in the universe. That's still like, isn't Reed Rich?
That's a good point. I guess just to quickly say it, I feel like one of the biggest problems with Marvel nowadays is like you feel like every character just feels like the same. It's just they have different powers and a different costume. Basically, it. I mean, like when you watch Shang-Chi, it's like you can't really name that much characteristics of him. It feels like the film is way more interested in the Mandarin and like other side characters than himself. Even his sister.
I will say, like maybe like he was one of the only like main characters that like the good guys that actually killed somebody like as a child. Like he killing somebody as a child was kind of like.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my thing is like with a lot of the Phase 4, Phase 5 products in general, it's like I feel like with the main heroes don't really feel that different from each other outside of like their power sets. Like their characteristics are pretty similar to each other. I mean, you don't really get that much from the comics of like these individual personalities of what makes them who they are. So when they all like blend together in terms of that sense. And then as for like, general, I mean, that's kind of been my thing. It's like, I really don't mind going out of the comics. It's just like, I just want you to keep the personality the same at the very least. Like the personality is what really makes the character. And then you can put them in any story you want and it should be fine. I mean, that's kind of what the Infinity Saga was for the most part. I mean, yeah, there's like comic elements. They do shot for shot remakes and stuff like that, but that's not really what made them what they are. They were still movies that did their jobs. And yeah, that's just kind of been the problem lately. But yeah.
I think it's that. Also, I think it's like they're focused on like building world. They like this is like, so there's a phrase. It's like you can't you can't see the forest for the trees, but so they're trying to build like an expansive universe. But the biggest things with like the forest is actually planting the first tree and making sure the first tree can grow and rise into a good tree. So you, instead of trying to decide like, oh yeah, this multiversal saga is going to go into the Doom saga and we're going to do Secret Wars and we're going to have Spider-Man and we're going to have the X-Men and we're going to have Doctor Doom and we're going to have like basically all this shit, right? Instead of trying to plan for the future of your universe, just plan for the now and just make sure the individual movies are good.
Yeah. I absolutely agree.
Like you can have big ideas, you can have vast ideas, but they're trying to connect every single movie. Like you don't have to do that. Like now, if that means you have one-off movies that don't really actually like accentuate to like the point of stuff, then that so be it. But those movies are still going to be good movies.
Oh yeah. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 has plenty of those. Iron Man, Captain America, like even Ant-Man to an extent. 4, like they don't connect to a lot of things.
Like you don't need it because I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to build it like so like it's a Zelda analysis, like Zelda where all Zelda games connect because they're on the same storyline or some shit like that. Like you don't have to do that, bro. Like the greatest of writers can do that, but you don't have to do this. You have so many characters, you have so many storylines. It's gonna be almost impossible to do it unless you're taking like 10 years to write like a script, like to basically storyboard out the entire universe and all 7 of the movies. Now maybe they did it at first. But at first, we weren't even messing with people off the Earth. And then we got to Earth, and then it kind of got a little shaky with Thanos, but we still loved it. But now when we're getting into multiple timelines, it's too much stuff. Like,
yeah, and I really think doing time travel and multiverse travel has been the worst decision that they could have possibly made. Those are not supposed to be the same thing at all, because they're not. And but the problem that they keep putting them together as if they're the same thing in this multiverse saga, it's just been kind of too much of a mess to deal with. I think they should have just focused on time travel first, and then just leave it at that, and then do multiverse later. That's just me, though.
The thing is, I also think some of the best stuff they've done has just been like Werewolf by Night has nothing to do with anything. It was like a little. I think that's amazing. Fucking Moon Knight. So far, we don't know Moon Knight. All the stuff that happened in Moon Knight, like that was also a really good show. Now Loki is a good show, and that kind of has to do with everything because of the TVA and the sacred timeline. But I think Loki's a one-off. All the other stuff they put out that has to do with other stuff is like, yeah.
That
just
yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah. We should recontinue the trailer. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Seekest thou the road to
Fuck.
all that's
Music copyright.
Music. God damn it.
Do you know that I was literally uploading videos today? I was like, oh fuck, okay. There's a lot of music copyright. I literally upload like 7 times. Yeah.
foul and fair.
She took
So we saw this. The dead body says it's Wanda
every
Maximoff.
little bit of power I had.
She took.
Gather sisters far.
I'm assembling a coven. We gotta get back on.
It's kind of hard cutting up the lines because of this.
On top. I'm gonna walk the road. Join me.
Darkest hour way.
So I'm wondering. So she has control of Wiccan, Wanda's son.
So also, how does that make if Wanda is dead and she created these people? So how the fuck is he alive? Because I know he was alive in the other universe where he actually had kids, but this Wanda is dead. Is this not the time where she died because of the dark? Is this not the shit after?
So this is the complicated part, and this is why I feel like cutting out Mephisto from WandaVision is a big problem. The way that the twins are created were because of Wanda making a deal with Mephisto, because she couldn't actually magically create kids on her own. So Mephisto was able to do that, but it was a consequence because, like, yeah, you can have your kids. I will take them away one day, and you'll not be able to do anything about it. And then, yeah, so the twins, they do disappear like that. And then they do get reincarnated because, Mephisto has, like, that ability that whatever souls he has given away, they can be returned as somebody else. So Billy Kaplan, Tommy Shepard, they get reborn again somewhere else, like in 2 different families, but they're still like technically Wanda's kids, as she was. But the thing is, like, it's very clear that Wanda. It's important to know that Wanda was not the one who did this. It was Mephisto, somebody with demonic capabilities. So he just has the power to do that. So
I mean, because he's the devil, so obviously
he's the devil. So it's like that makes sense. But like with WandaVision, leaving it out so that Wanda does it all herself. Now I have to wonder: can she make her kids reincarnate into different kids in their futures? So it's like, not to mention, like, as you can see, he's clearly in his 20s. The actor, at least. So I don't know. Grew up pretty fast, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He is magic, to be fair. It doesn't make sense, just to summarize your point, Shaq.
Yeah.
The Witch's Road will give you the thing you want most. If you make it to the end. The road is a death wish.
Just pausing for copyright.
Heard you guys were having a party.
What's up?
Hey. Shall we?
So we got Halloween, Agatha, Thanksgiving, Moana 2, Christmas, Mufasa prequel. So there's your last 3 months planned.
Yeah. Do you guys realize? Do you
Go
guys
ahead.
realize we don't even understand Agatha's motivation?
She wants to get to the end of the Witch's Road for some wish. I don't know what it is though.
It will test us and our knowledge of the craft.
Oh fuck! That
Wicked cameo.
okay, it's Wizard of Oz, but that's clearly the reference. But seriously, if they start seeing the fine graffiti, I'm gonna murder them.
We don't even know what we're up against.
Our worst nightmares.
How do we pass this trial
Oh,
without
Aubrey
any power?
Plaza's in this? Oh my god. Okay.
Well, so
She's like the quirky like white girl that they want to put in everything. Aubrey Plaza's not that funny, bro. Aubrey Plaza.
I mean, to be honest, I think my theory is she's just some guy, some girl pretending to be
Misunderstood.
Mephisto. She's just some girl pretending to be Mephisto. Is my theory.
Yeah, it's that's a reference to her character in Legion.
Yep.
An X-Men spinoff show where she is a disguise for Shadow King.
Yeah, that's a really overrated show. I do not understand why people praise it so much. I mean, I do. The visual is impressive. The writing is horrible. And please do not do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We survived, like witches have been doing for centuries.
What happens next?
I just need these witches to get me to the end.
Darkness takes over. But the road.
The bodies are really piling up.
Honestly, this is kind of different from what Aubrey is like forced to do.
Yeah,
She's more emo in those projects. Here, she has a little bit more.
I don't like her. I think maybe just hate her.
I mean, I think she's just a quest giver here so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear they're just parodying a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I'm not really getting a plot out of this. I'm seeing a lot of references to different witches' stories.
The thing is, we don't know any of these fucking witches, so why does it matter? Like, this is like why are you introducing characters we don't give a... If they die or have some trauma, we do not care about these niggas. Like we do not care about them. I'm sorry. Like, maybe it's like Agatha reconvening her coven or whatever. Like I guess I don't really care. Like, you can't have this and then also have fucking Wiccan who's not even supposed to be there. Like now. This could set up for Midnight Suns because I'm pretty sure if they don't have Mephisto in here, because she obviously, I think she's trying to get her power back. So obviously, like basically selling your soul to the devil or some shit will give you power. So that's probably what's going to be, because isn't she trying to get her power back or whatever?
Yeah, that's I think that's what they want to do, but it's like her powers is sucked by Wanda, and now she's trying to get back.
The thing is, there are multiple people that can give mystical powers. Like, for instance, Doctor Doom has mystical powers. Doctor Strange, you can get mystical powers from different things. So it's not. I don't think it's like in the comics. That's not just the one thing where you get like you get different things. So.
Oh no!
So I guess this is like we have to walk on the witch's road. Ask for the wish. It's very obviously parroting Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, that's they do.
She's probably gonna get there. They're probably gonna need a wish, and it's probably gonna be like you made a wish with the devil. That's probably what it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
I mean, again, my whole thing about Agatha getting a show is like it's very clear that she only got it because people just like the actress and nothing else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think again,
like Agatha has nothing, like in terms of comics to here.
She has nothing of thing, but I'd so him. But again, if she gets her powers back from Mephisto, they're gonna. This is what I'm talking about. Trying to create a universe when you don't need to create a universe. She's probably gonna get her powers back from Mephisto. If she gets her powers from Mephisto, now Mephisto exists.
I fully believe that Mephisto is not going to be involved.
Who the fuck is giving her powers? And there's no way she. No, it has to be the devil that is giving her powers. It makes sense.
I don't know. They did dumb stuff with Wanda. To be fair.
Okay. Do you know Do you know that they almost have Mephisto as a main villain in Deadpool and Wolverine?
That's stupid.
Yeah,
they did talk about that.
they admit that.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
Yeah, I mean they have Cassandra Nova and stuff because like I mean that's I guess that's a lesser of two evils.
Because I don't know what needs Xavier. Well, yeah, that's another conversation. Takes everything.
Why do you let them believe those things about you?
Because the truth is too awful.
I want my prize!
Time to.
There's definitely a demonic figure.
So is that not the devil? Like what's the whole like? It's gotta be Mephisto. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
We'll see. We'll see. But Marvel's done stupid things before, so we'll have to wait and see. Because the rumor is that Mephisto will show up in Ironheart, so it's like
No, but this one comes out before Ironheart, so he could be in
this
both.
does come out before Ironheart. I don't even understand why he's in these projects to begin with. Agatha makes a little bit more sense because of the magic. Ironheart, I have no idea. I mean, I guess Hood has connection to Mephisto, but that's a whole other conversation.
Finish the road. Last one there is a nice person.
Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end.
September 18th. That's like close to your birthday. You know?
I'm happy.
I hope that's your good birthday present. So yeah.
Yay.
Not interested.
Nope.
I mean, if they introduce Mephisto, I have to watch it because I'm feeding into the Midnight Suns hype. So,
okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
Sure.
So yeah. It's a bit of a long reactions. We didn't get to talk about everything. I think that's okay though.
Yeah,
we talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think you want to talk about like Percy Jackson or something.
Did you hear his voice? His voice got deep as shit. Oh my god, puberty hit him like a truck.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
I'll do that and then call it a day. We can, you and I can react to Skeleton Crew another time.
Shit. Oh yeah.
Is that
My name is.
Also, oh my god.
That's what it got so deep that he hit him like a truck. Like,
my name is Percy Jackson. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I saw the Skeleton Crew. Is that like another Star Wars story? But like, are they trying to introduce new characters or something? I didn't know what that was.
Skeleton Crew is new characters, yeah. Just
so it could be ass. It could be ass.
It could be ass. Could be good. I mean, they have kind of. It's up in the air for now. They do have John Watts in charge, so that's a good name. Who did all the Spider-Man movies for the MCU?
Yeah, hopefully it's not bad. So that's what I say.
Yeah.
Percy Jackson. I am a demigod. Monsters come at me.
I think we just pause it just in case for copyright. Just recap.
I'm working on a long review on season 1, and why I don't think it did really good in terms of adapting the book.
From what you talked about, you said there was a lot more action and that the action scenes are really like mid. Didn't you say the action scenes were pretty bad? Because I remember we were watching this together. So you said you didn't really enjoy the action scenes. So like I've never read the books, so I was okay with it. But so were the action scenes kind of like
I feel like if you compare this to Harry Potter, just for the sake of it, both like magical worlds and all that stuff, I feel like this is just really devoid of magic in terms of like how the mystical animals look. I mean, the Chimera looks pretty decent. I think it's the only thing that looks good on screen. But like, I don't know, it's just like all the colors, the saturation, like the costuming. I feel like everything, like it feels pretty lifeless in terms of like how it goes from one iteration to the other, and then when you compare it to Harry Potter, it's like night and day in terms of differences. And that's
Well, I
one
mean,
of my,
like
that's one of my
Harry
biggest
Potter
things.
got like a movie budget. This is like getting a Disney Plus TV show, but so we can't like Harry Potter is like a once in a lifetime like that and Game of Thrones are like booked to like
Yeah, so Cordell, this is going to be season 2. The whole thing is like a reboot in general. So yeah, this is season 2 adapting Sea of Monsters. The first one did The Lightning Thief. I just think so. To summarize it, because again, I'm working on like videos like explaining everything about season 1 in general. What I just don't like about it is like it does a really poor job in terms of like going through the material of the book, especially since like when the author Rick Riordan has like such a big issue with the movies like not being book accurate and all that stuff. And again, of course things can change from adaptation to adaptation, but I feel like with somebody like Rick who puts so much stock into that and then he does something like this, it's kind of a hypocrite. But even if I ignore that, I feel like one of the biggest things that was a big turnoff for a lot of people is that every time there was like a part where there could be tension or mystery or intrigue, they always have to undercut it with, oh, I already know about this, or oh, by the way, don't do this.
No, I just coughed. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's like when you do that so often, like every single time where there could have been something cool happening or something with character development or anything like that, you don't get any of it because it just assumes that you read the book, and that's just not really fun. It's like if you were to watch Chamber of Secrets, and then all of a sudden Hermione's like, oh yeah, the enemy is a basilisk. I read it in a book somewhere. That kills like all the tension in that book, all the mystery that was there, the buildup of how we got to that point. And I feel like Percy Jackson just had a big issue with that in general. But yeah, I mean, this is something that I can like, I've been like scripting for a while, so it's like, you know, it's gonna be a little bit more coherent. But yeah, that's kind of been my problem with the reboots so far.
And I mean, they also look really bad, look really cheap, despite their budget's like 15 million per episode.
Yeah, and especially like you have to compare it like Shaq. If I know it's like we have different takes on Netflix Avatar, but like Netflix Avatar has the same budget as Percy Jackson. It looks way better. It looks more. It feels like the show at the very least, even though it's not very well adapted or anything like that. But like at least the Avatar has like effort in its costume department and its like production value, stuff like that. That's kind of been my thing. It's like they have the same budget, but yet one looks way better than the other.
So I think it's just because like did you not? I think the Camp Half-Blood stuff and like the scenery. I think the Camp Half-Blood stuff was cool, and I think a big part of the budget didn't what is it? They got to just start getting at and stop focusing on names because because I saw season 1.
Yeah,
wasn't Ares like a wrestler or some shit? Like I'm pretty sure they had to put out money for that dude. Like he was cool. That Ares, he was very good. He was very good. But I think I think if you just got an actor that didn't, I think it's just the fact that he's an actor and you got like he was also an ex-wrestler, so it's like you have to pay extra money for his name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, and then Lin-Manuel Miranda, he's not cheap either.
Yeah, no, I think they're just getting like so. That's the thing.
And even that, it's like
misallocation of funds. Like
I think he's a bad cast for Ares. Not Ares. Not Ares. I'm talking about Hermes, but that's a different conversation.
But I feel like they're just taking names like, oh, this ex wrestler is Ares. Oh my God, this would be amazing because he's Ares. And this wrestler competed like in a war in the cage, like, and his name Lin-Manuel Miranda. Oh, people love him from Hamilton, so they'll see this and it'll automatically give it like some type of glaze. No,
yeah, and then like I mean, Lance Reddick is like that guy. He's the only one that he and like I'd say even Poseidon, played by Toby Stevens. I think they're the only ones that really feel like gods. Everybody else just feels like kind of like a guy in a suit.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's kind of the other thing.
So that's why I think
Lance
the live action Avatar, the script is ass. But like this script is not bad, but it's like, what are we doing with these effects? Like
so I guess the thing is like I feel like again I don't want to take too long on this topic, especially since I will explain it. It's just that like Avatar, I feel like Percy Jackson and Avatar have the same problem in terms of like, it is like coming off of material that exists. So it's like, we know how to compare it between the two mediums for Avatar, especially because you can compare a cartoon and the live action show pretty easily because they're both like a visual medium. I feel like with the book versus a TV show adaptation, you're probably not going to understand some of the issues that I'm talking about as of right now. But where I say it's like, I feel like it's equal in terms of like, I feel like there's a misunderstanding of what made these seeds work between the different things. And that's kind of what my first video was like talking about, like where a lot of the build up, the mystery, the intrigue is kind of what sets up everything to go through it. Plus it's just like general storytelling. It's like, if you know the mystery before going into something, then you just have to wait for like, okay, so they already know the mystery now. What are we waiting for? But we have to also go back on like, oh, we need to do these things that are supposed to build that stuff up, even though we already revealed the secret anyway. Like going to the Lotus Hotel, which that's actually the episode that got everybody to quit on Percy Jackson for a while, because like the Lotus Hotel is like, yeah, we already know that this place is gonna like affect our minds and all this stuff. Where the Lotus Hotel scene is meant to, you know, they get entrapped by the stuff that goes on in the place. It's really fun, and then they realize they ran out of time, and then the worst part is they did run out of time. They're one day late, and that still doesn't matter. There's no consequences to these actions. Yeah, but again, it's a long discussion in that sense. Yeah. I'm making videos on each individual episode, Kareem, if you're ever interested. But yeah.
So did the gods.
Still getting used to his voice.
I have to tell you, puberty hit him. Puberty legit hit him like puberty hit him like LeBron James in 2016 off the glass. Like that's
oh my god.
Like that's
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds good though. He sounds good. Like pause, but like he sounds like a protagonist. Like
all right.
Huh.
Last year, I had to stop a war.
Okay, we can pause now.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's
so
that's
this is the start of something from book 2.
But that,
honestly, something is a little bit funny about the framing of this this scene in particular. I'll explain it afterwards.
Yeah,
it's just the beginning.
Yeah. So the funny part is like it makes you feel like, oh, he's gonna go into battle or something like that, but like it's really he's just playing a game, chariot racing.
Oh.
So yeah. So yeah. Based on the Sea of Monsters, book 2 of the Olympian series. Not much to say, of course.
The CGI looks really bad. The CGI looks PS5.
Which
I mean,
part?
this is just the trailer. It's probably gonna look like because the battle with I think it was Edge for the thing when they were fighting that looked decent. The when they were battling in the ocean.
The problem is like you can tell with the whole volume stage thing. Though I feel like the Avatar show kind of had an issue with that too, where it feels like the location's not really different. It's just the ground is a different color, but like the background is like expanded outside kind of thing. I don't know. I feel like Mando and the Batman are the only ones that really seem to understand how the volume thing works. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't even understand because Percy Jackson should be shooting on location all the time based on the sets.
Yeah. I mean, it's more realistic in terms of Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter does like go to like some outlandish locations and all that stuff. So it's like but obviously it still looks really good even to this day. People can still watch it and believe where they are. Percy Jackson shouldn't really have this issue because it's pretty much in the real world. But like I don't know, a lot of the sets just feel fake at times. But yeah. But yeah, Sea of Monsters. Again, I'm not a person who was a big fan of season 1. I know Unity wasn't as well.
I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, I don't know the books, so that's the thing. If maybe so.
It's
so
possible. It's possible.
So, was your biggest issue? Was it the plot? Was it the acting? Was it the action scenes, or was it the effects and like the visuals? What was your biggest issue with it?
How they went about the story.
I mean, I never.
Do you think it was too slow or too fast? Did they cut stuff out? Did it?
I feel like. So I think the biggest thing was like taking out the mystery or taking out the tension, and then like. How do I explain this?
Okay, I would say this. I never read the book, so I was watching the show. I was like, okay, if you're so that skeptical, check it out. I was like, and I watched each episode. It's like, okay, I don't understand any characters because there's no conflict, there's no tension, there's nothing they should be growing about. There's no growth, there's no development. That affects the characterization.
Yeah,
I think that's just the aspect because didn't the show only have like 9 or 10 episodes? Like that's.
But my thing is like for example, Annabeth is so busy talking about other characters, and I don't care about them because like you're not supposed to talk about. First off, some of the characterizations she's talking about are like from book 4 and 5. There's no reason to talk about that. Talk about yourself. Talk about the things that you're going through, or talk about your characterization. Because like Annabeth doesn't really talk about herself. That's kind of been my biggest problem. Like, I feel like the only character that gets characterization is really Sally, his mother, and which is crazy because this is a Percy Jackson show.
I'm not
like Percy doesn't really learn.
Grover got some characterization.
It's pretty weak.
I know it's weak, but for him being a weak ass bitch to him tricking Ares into giving up, like you admit him when he tricked Ares, that was a great scene.
So this is going to be a kind of an issue because
that didn't actually happen.
By the way, if you I'm gonna point this out. So the book said why is Grover still like acting like a 12-year-old even though he's 24? That's not the case in the show.
In the book, they explain that satyrs they age twice as fast, but they're mentally that like half like so. Even though he is 24, he acts like a 12-year-old. That's kind of like world building stuff that like you would know that if you read the book, but if you don't, then it's kind of weird. Why is he acting so childish? But like it's stuff like that. But like that's like I guess that's kind of smaller on my list of things. If I were to say.
So I have a question. So did you not? I thought it was pretty cool because Grover was acting like a bitch for like the entirety. But then when he stood up to basically stood up to Ares and got Ares to spill like who actually stole the thing. I thought that was cool. I thought like, oh my god,
it's just okay. So some of it is just gonna be.
Did he do that? First of all, did he do that in the book? Did he trick Ares?
It's not in the book because Grover was with Annabeth and Percy in that whole thing.
I mean, there's the characterization is like. I mean, yeah, it could be meaningful if not the fact then like.
And the other thing too is like one of the biggest things for Grover in general is like his attachment to Pan and like the savior of Earth and all that stuff. So it's like the fact that he gets a searcher's license at the end and you really feel like he didn't do anything to deserve it or like to earn it or anything like that.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, do you remember the best growth is like Percy is like kind of confront Hades? I was like, yeah, that could be meaningful. If not the fact you could really try to commit suicide like 3 times already. I was like, okay, that's just the 4th time you gotta do that. It's not gonna be meaningful.
Kareem, I wasn't really sure which part that didn't happen. Are you talking to Cordell? I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, oh, if you're talking about Ares, then no, that did not happen.
Okay, because that's what happened. I didn't read the books. I just thought that was cool that he tricked a god, even though he was a bitch. That's all I thought. Like,
yeah. Again, it's not something that I really want to put too much because again, this was a D23 reaction channel, reaction episode. But yeah, I mean, we do talk in depth about Percy Jackson as well on our podcast. A few episodes. Yeah, that's what I thought, Kareem. Yeah, that did not happen. The thing is, like, Grover had like other moments of like him, like, even though he had like a lot of like, he wasn't like, yeah, he had like some tendencies of like, I'm not really sure what to do, but like he still would step up in the case. Like, one of the fun, like the coolest things that he did was like he took like a branch the size of a baseball bat, whacked it over Medusa's head, and says, "That's for Uncle Ferdinand." Like, that was just really cool to me. And like he doesn't do anything there. He just falls over a box, and oh, I got hurt. All that stuff. I don't know. It's just making the comedic relief for the sake of the comedic relief. So
Okay.
I don't know. But again, it's,
so I guess. So did this trailer give you hope for season 2, or are you done with the show?
No, I'm not done with the show. I'm gonna watch every season.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it with him. So
yeah, I mean, this is just a teaser, so it's like there's nothing really to say. He's just recapping what happened in season 1, and then you see the scene of him in the chariot race. I can't really go off on anything. It's just that's a scene from the book, so that's all I can really say. One thing Rick did mention at the panel was that Grover's going to wear the wedding dress, which is going to be very confusing to both of you.
I have to watch. I would watch a second Percy Jackson movie just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was the D23 stuff. Unless you want to watch Skeleton Crew.
I mean, I would like to, but if you guys don't want it, it's fine.
I mean, you guys can watch. I gotta hop off. It's because I've been on this stream for like I've been streaming since like what 3?
Yeah, for his podcast as well.
Yeah. So
don't. I mean, we love you here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
So also right now, so I don't know if you guys are. Do any of you guys watch Umbrella Academy?
I stopped after season 2.
Because season 4 just dropped. So I'm mad, Soham, because I told Soham I love Cobra Kai, and you guys reacted to Cobra Kai without me. That made me angry. Like, see, I was about to pull up on you, Soham, but I want to address you as a man. Like.
Yeah.
When the second
that was a last minute podcast. To be fair, we didn't actually plan that one.
Okay. When part 2 comes out in November, I'm reacting to Cobra Kai with you.
Yeah.
Fair play.
That's crazy, Cordell.
We probably won't do Umbrella Academy, so it was like because I haven't watched it for a while.
I think it's good. I mean, if y'all not fucking with it straight, I gotta hop off. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's fine.
No problem. We appreciated you. You're always welcome whenever you're available and all that stuff. And yeah, go subscribe to Trikage. Shout out to Kareem. Shout out to Drew as well. And all those links are in the description down below. So subscribe there. Subscribe to our channels. Unity Review and Analysis. Red Devilos Reviews. And subscribe to another Reviews Corp podcast where these videos get archived. And our Spotify is also in the link down below. And we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.